who celebrates. The Hamilton team is in town this afternoon to take on the Majors. The Majors coming off of a high from their win against Welland last night. Just as fans are sitting in the Labatt Park this afternoon, it is absolutely packed and a great turnout for Canada Day. Just as the teams are warming up, we see the Special Olympics walking around the field, and everyone's here to celebrate. More from you, Dylan, in the Game Day London press box.
JC, thank you. As mentioned up here in the Game Day London broadcast booth, my name is Dylan Baker. It's a pleasure to have you with us. We wish you a very happy Canada Day today, where we celebrate our country's rich 156-year history while acknowledging the Indigenous contributions to this land over the years. The Majors are coming off a big victory last night over the first-place Welland Jackfish in a confidence-boosting win yesterday here at Labatt Park. It was a pitcher's duel for the first 4 innings before Drew Lawrence finally broke through on the scoreboard for the Majors, putting up their first run of the ball game on a sacrifice fly. The Majors were able to add on to that lead in the 6th inning thanks to a home run from Byron Reichstein. They would add one more run later on in the ball game. It ended a 4-0 win for the Majors. Owen Boone threw 6 scoreless innings, and then Alex Springer took to the hill for the first time as a London Major and closed the door for London in a 3-inning save in that contest for the London Majors. The Hamilton Cardinals are coming off a game against the Brantford Red Sox yesterday at Arnold Anderson Stadium. It was a high-scoring affair, as was today's contest in Brantford. We'll talk about that just a little bit later. But the Cardinals came out victorious yesterday by a score of 10-6. The Majors are seeing the Cardinals for the 3rd time this season and the first time here at Labatt Park. The 2 previous matchups have been Cardinals victories, but they've been by very slim margins. A 1-run win for the Cardinals in each of those contests, including a walk-off victory in the first matchup of the season by a score of 4-3. Last Friday night, the Majors were in Hamilton to take on the Cardinals, a game that the Cardinals won by a score of 8-7. In that contest, there were some disagreements between the Majors and the home plate umpire, leading to 4 ejections in that game for London, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been 3, actually, sorry. 3 ejections for the Majors in that contest. A heated affair over in Hamilton last Friday night, and the Majors looking to bounce back here today on Canada Day in front of a very good crowd here at the Forks of the Thames in downtown London. As JC mentioned, Special Olympics here for the law enforcement torch run before the game, a really cool event that they put on every single year to raise money. Public address announcer Eric Collins made sure to mention that it is the highest fundraising event that they have to raise money for Special Olympics. You get a look at all of the Special Olympians there on the field. A terrific, terrific showing once again for the Special Olympics torch run. They start at Victoria Park in the heart of downtown London and make their way all the way to Labatt Park, coming down from the right field line and all the way on to field level. They're doing a full team introduction here before the game at Labatt Park, so we've got a little bit of time on our hands before we get things going. The Majors have signed Edison Gonzalez once again. He is on the mound for London in today's contest. Gonzalez struggled just a little bit in his previous matchups, or previous games for the Majors. 4 games, 3 starts. He pitched really well in Barrie in his 2nd appearance in the IBL, going 7 innings, allowing 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 5 hits, 6 walks, 3 strikeouts. That's been the concern for Gonzalez throughout his tenure with the Majors. He's got 11 walks and 11 strikeouts in his Majors career in those 4 games, 1 and 2 with an .866 earned run average. His first outing was against these Hamilton Cardinals. He came in relief of Owen Boone and lost the Majors the game in the 9th inning. It was a 1-run lead that he had to close out the contest, and he was unable to do so for the Majors in that one as they fell to the Cardinals by a score of 4-3 on that Sunday afternoon at Bernie Arbor Memorial Stadium. The Majors last night used a lot of different pieces off the bench. We saw Dan Battelle come into the ball game, Drew Lawrence, Brad Verhoeven into the ball game as well, Brett Graham. Lots of different faces for London in that contest. We are expecting to see sort of the same thing for the Majors here today. A lot of changes where Roop Chanardat feels the Majors need them. And yesterday, Roop Chanardat hit the nail on the head with the pinch hitting of Drew Lawrence getting into the contest in the 5th inning. Came on as a pinch hitter, had just 1 at-bat, and then was lifted for a defensive substitution. But in that 1 plate appearance, it was a sacrifice fly that scored the first run of the contest for the London Majors against the Welland Jackfish, and the Majors were able to build off of that momentum and keep it going. It was a terrific start from James Bradwell yesterday for Welland, and it was kept up by the bullpen for the most part, aside from the one hiccup of the Byron Reichstein 3-run home run. Mike Mueller then allowed a run for the Welland Jackfish right after that, but beyond that, it was scoreless outings for every arm that Welland used in that game. And the Majors, obviously, a shutout of the Welland Jackfish yesterday. I mentioned the confidence that gives them facing the Welland Jackfish, who at one point were on the longest winning streak of the IBL season so far, over 10 games. I believe it ended at 11 contests there that they had won consecutively. They were at 14-4 coming into the game yesterday. They were 8-2 in their last 10. The Majors were 2-8. So polar opposites in their last 10 games, but London was able to come out on top in that contest, start to climb the standings just a little bit. If you ask Majors manager Rube Chanardad, he is not throwing in the towel just yet. The Majors are going to try to remain competitive. We've seen that with the move to pick up Chris Ruiz, who made his Majors debut yesterday. Ruiz made an impact on both sides of the ball in that contest. In the first inning, he drew a lengthy walk off of James Bradwell. Later in the ball game, a big double hit as well, as Cleveland Brownlee gets introduced here at Labatt Park to a rousing applause as to be expected. Ruiz also threw a runner out trying to steal second base. He stole a base, advanced on a wild pitch. So Ruiz really showing off his baseball IQ in that contest for the London Majors. He will catch Edison Gonzalez here tonight. Gonzalez and Ruiz working together for the first time, as were Ruiz and Owen Boone yesterday. That posed no problem for the Majors as they were able to come out victorious. Boone looked stellar in that game with Ruiz behind the plate. We had Chris Lazar up here in the Game Day London broadcast booth yesterday, a guy who has pitched in this league before, and he told me that Ruiz looks very confident and calming behind the plate. He projects a confidence about him that the pitchers are able to use when they're out there on the mound, allowing them to settle in and work very well to their catcher from the United States. You see the Majors getting introduced there on field level on our 519 Jersey Auction mobile camera. There will be plenty of great looks of the Majors throughout the ball game. From that angle, we thank 519 Jersey Auction for sponsoring our mobile camera throughout the season. We're nearly set for baseball here at Labatt Park. The Majors are introduced. It's time to introduce the Hamilton Cardinals at Labatt Park. The umpires are out there as well, ready to go as the teams take the field, getting set for the national anthem. On to present the colors today is from our members of HMCS Prevost, who are from the Royal Canadian Navy. They will present the colors today as we get set for the national anthem. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Here we go.
Believe me, you've never heard a talk show like this.
I'm sleeping with Joe Carter. By the way, Joe did not touch them all.
Yeah, I have to say, your voice is fantastic. Meet Smitty.
Listen, I'm the brains here.
And Mitty.
And I'm the good-looking funny one.
This is the Smitty Mitty Show.
Catch new episodes of the Smitty and Mitty Show wherever you get your podcasts.
You're watching London Majors Baseball on MajorsTV.
From members of the HMCS Prevost and the national anthem sung beautifully by Constable Sandasha Bao of the London Police Service, we are nearly set for action here on Canada Day from Labatt Park in the heart of downtown London. The color guard heads off as ceremonial first pitch about to get underway. Then it's game time. Still loosening up in the Majors bullpen is Edison Gonzalez. He gets the ball on this evening's affair on Canada Day to celebrate the great nation and the London Majors here at Labatt Park. The Hamilton Cardinals facing off against London in this contest. They will have on the mound in this one, as I try to pull it up, excuse me, I apologize. I don't have it right now for the Hamilton Cardinals starting pitcher in this contest, but they will be looking to continue their winning ways here this evening. A victory last night over the Brantford Red Sox by a score of 10-6. It is Logan Walters getting the start. I do apologize for that error there. Logan Walters gets the ball for Hamilton here tonight at Labatt Park as the ceremonial first pitch about to be thrown. Members of the Special Olympics Law Enforcement Torch Run on hand to watch it and to march on in. First pitch bounces in, but Cleveland Brownlee, a nice scoop behind the plate to grab it as we draw ever closer to baseball here at Labatt Park. The Hamilton Cardinals start things off with Jordan Schulefand. He will play left field and bat leadoff. Clayton Keys bats second. He's in center. Tyler Duncan is in right field. He is batting third. Luis Bernardo is the catcher. He bats cleanup for Hamilton. Josh Niles is batting fifth over at first base. Dennis DeBanning is the designated hitter. He's batting sixth. Lane Renault, the third baseman, he's batting seventh. Batting eighth is Brian Rivera. He plays shortstop, and Tristan Osika bats ninth at second base for the Hamilton Cardinals in this contest. Majors about to take the field here as members of the Special Olympics Law Enforcement Torch Run exit. We'll give you Edison Gonzalez numbers here shortly on the season as he gets set to take the mound for London in this contest, his fifth appearance of the year. Another look at our majors on the 519 Jersey Auction mobile cam. The ball game. It's great to have you with us on this Saturday evening. Fireworks post game. We won't be covering those on Majors TV. We apologize, but it will be a great time for the fans that are in attendance as their boys of summer take the hill. Edison Gonzalez picks up some dirt from the line as he heads out to the mound. Rube Chanardad giving a talking to Chris Ruiz, his new catcher, recently acquired, trying to get him and Edison Gonzalez on the same page before he makes his fourth start of the season. In case you missed it in the pregame show, let's talk about Edison Gonzalez's numbers this season. 1-2 with an .866 earned run average, 4 games, 3 starts, 17 2/3 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, not too bad, 11 walks. That's a higher number than you'd like to see from Gonzalez. He gets the ball, though, today for Rube Chanardad's squad, recently with the Blue Jays organization. His best start of the year, his best appearance of the year, was against the Barrie Baycats on May 27th at Vintage Throne Stadium in Barrie. He struggled in the appearances aside from that one. He's never pitched at home before. It's his first chance to do so here at Labatt Park on a big day. There was some debate coming into this weekend amongst our Majors TV crew trying to figure out who was going to get the ball on Canada Day, whether it was going to be Owen Boone, whether it was going to be Edison Gonzalez, because you had an idea that Gonzalez was going to be back for the Majors. It ends up being Gonzalez getting the ball here today for this big contest. A solid crowd on hand to watch Rube Chanardad's London Majors take on Dean Castelli's squad in the Hamilton Cardinals here tonight. Gonzalez wrapping up his warm-up pitches. Tyler Duncan all the way to the Majors dugout to talk to Majors manager Rube Chanardad. Looks like he needs something to help him out. And not necessarily the sun beating down on you, but the pure humidity. It's muggy here at Labatt Park. There was a little bit of rain in the forecast, but that rain seems to be staying away for now at Labatt Park, and we are grateful that is the case. A little bit overcast, but nothing the Majors can't handle. As stepping into the batter's box is Jordan Schulefand. He will lead things off against Edison Gonzalez. We are nearly set for baseball here at Labatt Park. You can see it on your screen there. Lots of red and white in attendance as Edison Gonzalez rocks into the windup. Here's the first pitch on the way, up and inside to Schulefand, and that'll be ball one to kick things off at Labatt Park on this Saturday night. Rare that we get a Saturday night contest in downtown London, but it is Canada Day, special occasion every year. There's the fireworks post game as that one misses from Gonzalez as well. It's 2-0. Gonzalez into the windup once more. Here's the 2-0 home. Outside corner, he's got it. It's 2-1. Calling balls and strikes this evening is Steve Cochran. At first base, we've got Justin Van Horn. And at third, it's Bob Blake. That's your crew for today's game between the Majors and the Cardinals. A swing and a miss there from Schulefand. And the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes, as is tradition as well. The umpires rocking the red jerseys, red shirts for the Canada Day affair. Gonzalez with a 2-2 count on Schulefand. That pitch is lined straight back towards us. Luckily, there's a screen there, and so the count remains 2-2. Didn't have to pull out the catching skills yet. One day, if they let that net sit there long enough, it'll start to get a little worn down, and maybe there's a risk factor for us up here, but for now, it is in pristine condition as Schulefand fouls that one straight back to the backstop. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gonzalez fell behind quickly, has been able to work his way back in the count a little bit. Schulefand fighting off a couple of tough pitches with 2 strikes. Time called at the plate. Gonzalez has the sign he wants from Chris Ruiz. Offering on its way. That's off the plate outside. 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Pitch on its way. In the air, that one's foul as well. So an 8-pitch at-bat so far for Jordan Schulefand. He's battling with Gonzalez here early. Into the windup. Here's the 3-2 home, belted to left field, moving back on it, Starling Joseph. He's there, and he makes the grab. There's one gone here in the top of the first inning. A 9-pitch at-bat for Schulefand ends in a line out to Starling Joseph, and luckily for the Majors, Joseph was parked pretty deep to begin with. He was positioned back there because Schulefand got a pretty good piece of that baseball, and he drove it out to left. Clayton Keys steps into the batter's box. He's the center fielder today for Hamilton. Gonzalez rocks back. Here's the first pitch to Keys. Checked his swing. That's a foul ball, and it's 0-1. Sounds like a nice catch was made by a fan there. Looked like it found the opening around the gate area, and somebody was able to snatch that one up and gets to walk home with a souvenir. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes quickly on Clayton Keys from Edison Gonzalez. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Gonzalez into the windup. Here's the pitch. That one's going to miss high, and it's 1-2. Gonzalez shakes Ruiz once, then gets the sign he's looking for. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Called strike 3. Gonzalez reaches back for the off-speed and freezes Clayton Keys for the second out of the top of the first inning. Great curveball there from the Majors right-hander, and quickly 2 away here in the top of the first. Unlike Twitter, the IBL not putting a limit on what you can watch today. Lots of baseball to go around in the Intercounty Baseball League. We'll talk about the out-of-town scoreboard later on as Tyler Duncan steps into the batter's box. He scorches that first pitch down the line. It's a fair ball. It's going to go into the corner and be trouble. Reichstein trying to track it down. Duncan charging hard for second. He's around second. He's going to third. The throw from Reichstein cut off by Candell, and it's a 2-out triple for Tyler Duncan, and the Hamilton Cardinals are in business with 2 away. That ball was hit hard off the bat of Tyler Duncan right down the first baseline. Nothing Kane McGee could do about it. Majors were just praying it was foul, and first base umpire Justin Van Horn right on it says it was not. So a runner at third for Hamilton with 2 away. Pitch from Gonzalez on its way. That drops in there for strike one to Luis Bernardo, the catcher. Gonzalez gets the sign he wants from Ruiz. The kick and the come home. Just off the plate outside, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 from Gonzalez. Bernardo in the air. Shallow right field. McGee going out. Reyes Cruz as well. Reichstein comes in, and he makes the grab right on the line. Track that baseball down, and the big bat of Luis Bernardo is quelled for now. The Majors get out of a jam and strand the runner over at third base to retire the side in the top of the first inning, and they will head to the bats against the Hamilton Cardinals. A good start for Edison Gonzalez. Gave up the triple to Tyler Duncan, but able to strand him right there. And now the Majors have a chance to get on the scoreboard. They will be facing Logan Walters on the mound. Youngster from Jasper, Tennessee. Standing at 6'3", 220 pounds for the Cardinals. 4-1 record on the year, 6 games, all of them starts. He's got an earned run average of .436 in 33 innings pitched, 38 strikeouts and 15 walks. He is a guy that will strike out his fair share of batters. So the Major is going to try to stay away from that, put the ball in play, and get some runs across in this contest. That was no easy task yesterday against the against the Welland Jackfish and James Bradford, who was stellar on the mound to start the ball game off against the Majors. Ran into a bit of trouble here and there, but was mostly able to dance his way out of it. The Jackfish are back in action tonight to complete their 3-3. As mentioned, lots of games in the Intercounty Baseball League today. The Toronto Maple Leafs were in Guelph taking on the Royals, and Guelph won that contest. A tight affair by a score of 5-4. Kitchener was in Brantford at Arnold Anderson Stadium. That one not as close, but there were a ton of runs scored. Kitchener put up 18 to Brantford's 10 to walk away victorious on the way back to Kitchener in that contest. Later on tonight, as mentioned, the Welland Jackfish are in action. They're hosting the Barrie Baycats. It's a full slate of IBL ball games today. We're excited to bring you one of those as the Cardinals are in town to take on the Majors here on Majors TV. Majors will lead things off with Miles Miller, as they have since his arrival. Miller wearing number 19, a number formerly worn by Edison Gonzalez. Miles Miller has had a bit of a rotating cast of numbers the past couple of games. Was 23 yesterday. Now is 19, where he was wearing that number after Gonzalez was removed from the roster, and now that Gonzalez is back on, he's wearing number 48. So just a cycle of jersey numbers. These Majors fans, they don't care. They like the names on the back of the jerseys and the guys that they root for in these London Majors uniforms. Majors wearing their alternate blues today with their red caps. As you can see on the bench there, the Cardinals are wearing their road grays with their black hats and black socks. The Majors, to be noted as well, wearing the red high socks for those that have opted to go with the high sock pants. Drew Lawrence, I can see down at field level there, rocking the stirrups, just some low socks on the stirrups. Everybody trying to get as much red incorporated into their uniform as possible today here on Canada Day. Miles Miller will lead things off for the Majors. Miller, Ruiz, and Reichstein. Same top three we saw yesterday that proved to be so successful for London. Logan Walters into the windup. Here's the pitch on its way. Miller fouls that one towards the parking lot, and it's 0-1. Walters into the windup. Here's the pitch. Miller laces that one to center field. Camped under it, though, is Clayton Keys, who makes a couple of steps and catches that one for the first out of the bottom of the first inning. Defense for the Cardinals from left to right in the outfield. It's Schulafand, Keys, and Duncan. On the infield, Lane Renault's at third base. Brian Rivera's at shortstop. Tristan Osika at second. And Josh Niles at first base. Luis Bernardo behind the plate. Logan Walters on the mound, as mentioned. Ruiz digs into the batter's box. Here's the offering from Walters on its way. That one misses for ball one. Walters, not a guy who walks too many batters. He walks his fair share, but that number is not as elevated as some other guys we've seen this season. Pulls the string on that breaking pitch and gets a chase from Ruiz there. 1-1. Into the windup. Here's the 1-1 home. That's off the plate, and it's 2-1. Looked like that one missed high and away to the Majors catcher. Here's the 2-1 home. That one high on Ruiz. So 3 balls and 1 strike. We saw in his first trip to the plate yesterday, he worked a nice walk to get the Majors' first base runner of the contest. Fell behind and then worked his way back in the count. Some light ball 4 chance at Labatt Park, still getting into the swing of things as Ruiz hits that one on the ground to shortstop. Playing it there is Rivera. A strong throw over to Niles at first, and there's 2 gone now. In the bottom of the first inning for the Majors is the big bat of Byron Reichstein. Steps into the batter's box. Byron went deep yesterday, but that's not everything that happened in that game for Byron Reichstein. He was on it at the plate. Lots of hits. I believe he went 3 for 4 in yesterday's contest for the Majors. He's a guy who's been hitting the cover off the baseball for years. Went 3 for 4 yesterday, a home run, 2 runs batted in, a strikeout. In that contest, the lone at-bat where he did not get on base as that one finds the outside corner for strike 1. Reichstein talking things over with home plate umpire Steve Cochran about that one. Walters, 2 quick outs. Miller and Ruiz as Reichstein chases that one, and quickly it's 0-2. Walters, only 9 pitches up to this point. Majors trying to make him work just a little bit more. Into the windup, here's the 0-2. Reichstein scorches that one foul. First base umpire Justin Van Horn had to get out of the way of that one. Count remains 0-2 to Byron. Gives a little thumbs up to the first base umpire, making sure he's all good. He says, oh yeah, I'm fine. Cat-like reflexes on these umpires. They know that part of the job is trying to dodge foul balls, dodge line drives. An example of that right there as Walters pulls out the breaking ball and freezes Reichstein for a called strike 3 to end the bottom of the first inning. We're through 1 complete at Labatt Park with no score. We'll take a quick break and be right back on Majors TV.
I want to ride this pony, but I suffer from low E.
Millions of people are suffering from low energy, commonly known as low E.
Low E has hurt my performance in the bedroom. I haven't been able to make the bed in years.
Now there's hope. Planet Fitness replaces low E with Big E, which keeps you energized and glowing all day. Simply join through the free PF app for only $15 a month.
Planet Fitness is a proud partner of your London Majors.
You're watching.
Here's the pitch. Joseph drills it to right center field. That ball's going back to the warning track, to the wall. Goodbye, baseball. Starling Joseph, a 2-run home run.
London Majors Baseball on MajorsTV.
Edison Gonzalez faced 4 batters in the first. Logan Walters went 3 up, 3 down. No score between the Majors and the Cardinals as we're back here at Labatt Park on Canada Day. Lots of fans in attendance, some Canadian flags on display as well. Lots of red in the ballpark. Normally that's a bad sign in a game against the Hamilton Cardinals, but on a day like this, everybody trying to incorporate the red where they can. Scott Tennant, one of the Majors' biggest fans, showing off the back-to-back champions on the beer can there here at Labatt Park. Lots of refreshments for everybody to go around on a humid day like this one at Labatt Park. Plenty of fans right behind the plate giving you the best view of the ball game and of Edison Gonzalez, who is working in his 5th game of the season, as mentioned, for the London Majors. Back with the team after a brief time off, just working on things. Has not appeared in a game since June 10th in Guelph. And in that contest, he went 5 innings, allowed 9 runs, 7 of them earned on 7 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts in that contest, trying to bounce back. And so far, he's looked pretty good. He'll face Josh Niles, Dennis DeBanning, and Lane Renault in this top of the second inning. Niles from the London area, down in St. Thomas. Always a pretty good Niles crowd on hand for these Cardinals trips to Labatt Park. That one's in there for a strike. Into the windup, Gonzalez, the 0-1 home. Off the plate outside, it's 1-1. Went through the Cardinals defense, now we'll go through the Majors defense. From left to right in the outfield, it's Joseph Miller and Reichstein. On the infield, Brett Graham's at third base, Keith Candell at shortstop, Tommy Reyes Cruz at second, Kane McGee at first base as a swing and a miss there from Niles. It's 1-2. The battery for today's contest, as previously mentioned, Chris Ruiz doing the catching and Edison Gonzalez on the mound for the Majors. Into the windup, Gonzalez. Here's the 1-2 home to Josh Niles. That one skied in the air on the infield. Brett Graham moving over. He will make the catch in fair territory after initially starting in foul. And there's one away here in the top of the second. That'll bring up Dennis DeBanning. DeBanning from Toronto, Ontario, the former Welland Jackfish. .319 batting average on the year. The one problem for DeBanning is the strikeout. 6 walks to 23 strikeouts so far in 72 at-bats for the Cardinals. That one will be in there for a called strike one. Gonzalez going to try to use his stuff to get an out here against DeBanning. Crowd still filling in here at Labatt Park, even in the second inning. Long lines outside, I'm sure. That one called a strike by home plate umpire Steve Cochran as well, so it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, pitch on its way, breaking ball to Benning, drives that one down the right field line, but it will be well foul towards the big tree out there. So we'll do it again here on 0-2. The 0-2 home from Gonzalez, just off the plate outside. Ruiz tried to receive that one well enough to get the call, but just a little bit too far off to get the strike call there. Gonzalez shakes twice into the windup. Pitch coming. Breaking ball. Laced by DeBanning into left field. That's going to get down. He'll round first as it gets scooped up by Starling Joseph and stay there. So it's a 1-out single for Dennis DeBanning, and the Cardinals had their second base runner of the ball game. Lane Renault steps into the batter's box here for the Hamilton Cardinals. Here's the offering from Gonzalez. That one is belted to right field by Renault. Back on it, Reichstein looking up, and that ball is foul. Just sliced foul there on that one. Reichstein had a long way to run, nearly tracked it down, but it just did get into foul territory, and Gonzalez will have a second life here. So no balls, 1 strike here to Renault. Gonzalez holds. DeBanning the lead off of first, not running. Here's the pitch, cut on and missed by Renault there. And so the count moves to 0-2. Renault wearing the number 48 today, though he is listed as number 6 on the Cardinals roster. Oh, 2 home from Gonzalez on the outside corner, called strike 3. Edison Gonzalez gets the strikeout of Lane Renault, his second punch out of the ball game, and there's 2 gone, with DeBanning still standing over at first base, and Brian Rivera into the batter's box. Rivera playing shortstop in the contest for the Hamilton Cardinals. On the year, batting .268. Hitting in the 8th spot today, just ahead of Tristan Osika. Gonzalez, a long hold, pitch on its way, popped up. Shallow into left field. Candell moving back. He is there, he makes the catch, and it's another quick inning for Edison Gonzalez. Faces 4 batters in each of the top of the first and second, Still no score here at Labatt Park. Group chanted at first one out to Greek Gonzalez and congratulate him on another good inning. Has allowed 2 hits, a triple for Tyler Duncan, and then a single for Dennis DeBenning. But aside from that, it's been smooth sailing for the Majors right-hander from Agua Dulce, Panama. And back to the mound is Logan Walters. The big Tennessean, 4-1 on the year. The ERA at 4.36, a little bit elevated, but the 4-1 record, nothing to sneeze at. The Cardinals on the year have been pretty solid. We mentioned it a little bit last night on the broadcast with former Cardinal Chris Lazar. Hamilton, right up there in the IBL standings. They've been off to a good start this year, sitting at 12-7. Now tied with the Kitchener Panthers, I believe, following today's game. Now that will change once the Majors and Cardinals complete this contest. One way or another, Hamilton will either fall below or maintain their 1-game lead on Kitchener. Excuse me, their half-game lead on the Kitchener Panthers. The Majors still sitting in 7th at 5-11 on the year. Get a look at the crowd there down the third baseline at Labatt Park. Lots of fans in attendance, and I'm sure that a very decent chunk of them will stick around to watch the fireworks on the field at Labatt Park. It's really a great experience. It's one of my favorite games every year. People always love to talk about Pack the Park because there's so many fans in attendance. My favorite game is Canada Day. After the ball game, heading onto the field, watching the fireworks. Just a really, really great time. Cleveland Brownlee steps into the batter's box to loud applause, as to be expected, for the big designated hitter. Into the windup goes Walters. Here's the first pitch to Brownlee, in there for a call, and strike 1. Cleveland, a big smile on his face in the batter's box. Walters working quickly. The 0-1 home. Swing and a miss to Brownlee. Took something off of that one. Cleveland way ahead of it. And the count is 0-2. Brownlee will be followed by Kane McGee and Starling Joseph. Infield shifts back towards their normal positions as Brownlee fouls that one to the screen. They were in an exaggerated shift with Osika on the left side of second base, and after heading back to the right side, he will now walk his way over once again. You see him on your screen. Osika with the tremendously high socks. Here's the 0-2 breaking ball. Brownlee swings right through that one, and there's one gone here in the bottom of the second inning. Logan Walters with 2 strikeouts on the afternoon. Him and Gonzalez have been going toe-to-toe in the strikeout column. On the rubber so far, Kane McGee digs into the batter's box for the Majors. McGee batting .294 on the year. Here's the pitch. That one in there for a strike to McGee. Got on base yesterday, was lifted for pinch runner Brad Verhoeven. McGee readies in the batter's box. Into the windup. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That one just does miss, and it's 1-1. The catcher, Luis Bernardo, signaling to Walters that he did like that pitch. Gave him a nod after a well-executed curve. The pitch to McGee. Off the plate outside. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Kane McGee. Into the windup. Here's the pitch from Walters. That one in there for a called strike 2. Big first baseman in the batter's box, ready to go. Here's the offering from Walters. That one misses low and inside. It's a full count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Shortstop Rivera shaded a little more up the middle than usual as McGee chops that one foul. And we'll do it again on a full count with 1 away. McGee getting set for the upcoming offering from Walters. Great look at McGee there on our 519 Jersey Auction mobile camera as Walters drops in a breaking ball that McGee fouls straight back. So we'll do it again here on 3-2. Originally, I thought he came up empty on the swing. Then I saw it fly back to the backstop. Thought it was a drop third strike, but can't really tell on those close ones from up here. Foul ball is the call. Into the windup goes Walters. Here's the offering on its way. McGee fights that one off as well. Doing a great job staying on these pitches from Logan Walters right now. 8-pitch at bat so far for the Majors left-handed hitting first baseman. Looking to be the first Majors base runner. They're still hitless through 4 batters. Cardinals have 2 hits. That one low, and Kane McGee will reach base with a walk. So London's got a runner at first with 1 away.
Your left fielder, number 7, Starling Joseph.
Starling Joseph will dig into the batter's box for the Majors. Lots of pop in the bat of Joseph. Batting .254 on the year from San Pedro de Macorís in the Dominican Republic. Joseph, 3 home runs, 14 runs batted in. Yesterday against Welland, went 1 for 2, had a walk as well, stole a base. He scored the first Majors run on the sacrifice fly from Drew Lawrence. McGee not an overly big lead over at first. Here's the offering to Joseph, got in on his hands. He fouls that one off, and it's 0-1. Good fastball there from Walters, good placement on that, not letting Joseph get his arms extended. Fouled that one off. Niles and McGee, the 2 first basemen in the contest. Here is the 0-1 home. Breaking ball. Joseph drives it, but he drove it 1.5 miles foul. He hit that one a long way with a lot of power, but he was really early. You got to look at the crowd there. That ball did not find its way in the crowd. That thing was way over it, just way foul. In the box score, that's just a strike, and it's 0-2 on Starling Joseph. Pitch on its way, breaking ball once again. Joseph gets that one in on the hands. Shallow left field, going out the shortstop Rivera. He is there and makes the catch for the second out of the bottom of the second inning. Good play there by Brian Rivera, ranging into shallow left field. And that'll give Tommy Reyes Cruz, the Montreal native, his first chance at the plate in the ball game. Kane McGee still standing over at first base after working a 1-out walk. Walters sets there on the mound. Pitch coming. That'll miss low to Reyes Cruz for ball 1. The sun is peeking out at Labatt Park for the first time in a while. It was pretty overcast earlier on, but now the sun is back out. Shadows certainly playing a factor. The mound still fully in the sun. The plate is now entirely in the shade as the pitch comes home in there for a strike. It's 1-1 to Reyes Cruz. You see that? The worst I've seen it is in Boston when they play around 4 o'clock. The shadows there are huge factors. 1 ball, 1 strike to Reyes Cruz. He hits that one on the ground. Going to be a tough play. Walters and Niles ranging over. It's Walters who picks it up. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that'll do it for the bottom of the second inning. The Majors get their first base runner of the contest off a Kane McGee walk, but they can't score him. No score after 2 from Labatt Park.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of MajorsTV.
You're watching London Majors Baseball.
London Majors Baseball. London Majors Baseball on MajorsTV.
Here we go.
Believe me, you've never heard a talk show like this.
I'm sleeping with Joe Carter. By the way, Joe did not touch them all.
Yeah, I have to say, like, your voice is fantastic.
Meet Smitty.
Listen, I'm the brains here.
And Mitty.
And I'm the good-looking funny one.
This is the Smitty Mitty Show.
Catch new episodes of the Smitty and Mitty Show wherever you get your podcasts.
You're watching London Majors Baseball on MajorsTV.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of MajorsTV.
Back at Labatt Park, we apologize for the delay. 1 ball, 1 strike the count here on Tristan Osika, Cardinals second baseman. Into the windup goes Gonzalez. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. And it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to the Cardinals second baseman. Offering on its way, swing and a miss, strike 3. Gonzalez gets the 3rd strikeout of the ball game for him. Tristan Osika goes down swinging. And that'll bring up Jordan Schulafand. Gonzalez gets set out there on the rubber to face Schulafand, who is 0 for 1 in the ball game today. Squaring around to bunt, gets a good one down. Charging from third is Brett Graham. Bare hand, no throw, no play on that one. It'll be a bunt single for Schulafand there, and Hamilton's got a 1-out base runner. Clayton Keys steps into the batter's box here, 0 for 1. Strikeout looking in his first plate appearance. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to Keys. Here's the 0-1. Faking a break is Schulafan. That one will miss, and it's a ball and a strike here to the Cardinals center fielder. Gonzalez has worked with a base runner on in every inning so far. It was a triple, a single, and now a bunt single that has allowed them to reach. Here's the pitch, cut on and missed there by Keys. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 away here in the top of the 3rd inning. Gonzalez shakes Ruiz a few times, now peeks back over at first and comes set. 1-2 on its way, running from first is Schulafan. He faked a break. Ruiz couldn't get a throw off, and it's 2-2 now to Keys. That was a bit of a risky move there from first base. Quite a few steps for Schulafan. Lucky that Ruiz was unable to make a throw on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Runner over at first base as Gonzalez comes set. Quick throw over. Gonzalez thinking they may be on the move again. Gonzalez, a quick peek, now comes set on the rubber. Schulafan takes his lead. Ready to run, he's off. That ball is chopped on the ground. Going to be a tough play for Graham. Coming in, nice throw, got him. Play at third base, the throw from McGee, tag from Candell. It's a double play. 5, 3, 6, just like you draw it up. A double play for the Majors, and they get out of this one. Schulafan was on the move from first base. A great play by Brett Graham at third, getting a strike over to Kane McGee, who then rocketed one back to Keith Candell, and a great job by Candell being there to record the out on that play. Impressive display there by the London Majors defense to get out of that jam. Here at Labatt Park, we'll set it down to field level for Jaci Solomon. Jaci?
We have to talk about this crowd today, lined up absolutely all the way down the street as I was driving in today. Just a huge turnout today for Canada Day. This has got to be one of the best turnouts we've seen so far this season. It's a beautiful day for Canada Day. Everyone is in their white and red and out here to support the Majors this afternoon in their game against Hamilton. They came off a win last night, and they're keeping the ball rolling so far in this afternoon's game. More from you, Dylan, in the Game Day London press box.
JC, thank you. Back up here. It is warm and toasty, as I'm sure it is on the field for you down there. Very humid. I'm sweating. I've been sweating all game long. I'm sure Matt Hiscox, our producer and director today, is sweating as well because it is a warm one. We were expecting some rain to maybe get rid of the humidity, but we're glad that there are no storms in the forecast any longer for this Canada Day game. Don't ask me about tomorrow, though, if you're planning a ball game in London then, because tons of rain in the forecast there. But for now at Labatt Park, we are moving along as we enter the bottom of the 3rd inning. Logan Walters has been stellar on the mound for Hamilton. 2 innings of work that have been scoreless so far. Entering the 3rd here, he'll have to face the bottom of the Majors order. It'll be Brett Graham, Keith Candell, and Miles Miller to do battle with the Cardinals right-hander. You see it on your screen there. Majors still hitless in the ball game. They do have a base runner. That was Kane McGee. But Graham going to try to get the Majors their first hit on the day. Brett Graham, a fun little walk-up song. Some dance moves in the press box. Wish I didn't have to see those. Into the windup goes Walters. Here's the pitch squaring around to bunt is Graham. He bunts that one foul, and it's 0-1. No balls, one strike. Into the windup, Walters. Graham ready in the batter's box. Pitch on its way. Outside corner, that's in there. 0-2. No balls, two strikes. Pitch on its way from Walters. Breaking ball. Graham hits that one up the middle. Osika ranging to his right. Backhand stop. Throw to Niles at first, and a good stretch from the Cardinals' first baseman to record the first out of the bottom of the third inning. If Graham had hit that baseball just a little bit harder, it gets into center field, and the Majors are into the hit column, but did not quite have enough mustard on it to get it through, which allowed Osika to make a good play on him and throw him out over at first. Keith Candell into the batter's box, getting his first swings here on Canada Day. We wish you all a very happy Canada Day, and we're glad you're with us this evening. Here's the pitch from Walters on the ground, right back up the middle. Osika charging hard, going to be a tough play with Candell. Speed, the throw, not in time. An infield hit for Keith Candell gets the Majors into the hit column. Great effort there by Tristan Osika, but unable to retire the speedy Majors shortstop. Miles Miller will step into the batter's box for London. 0 for 1 today. Getting his second look at Walters. Lined out to center field in his first trip to the plate. Getting the lead off of first is Candell. He's on the move on the first pitch. Miller waves at that one. Looked to be a hit and run. Candell slides in safely there. It's a stolen base for the Majors shortstop. And London's got a runner in scoring position with one away. Here's the 0-1 to Miller. That's in the dirt, and it's 1-1. One ball, one strike, one away here. Miller ready in the batter's box. Walters peeks back at second base. Pitch on its way, drops in there, but just missed the strike zone. It is 2-1. First chance for the Majors with a man in scoring position as Candell stands 180 feet away at second base. Miller calls time just as Walters was getting ready to deliver that pitch. Had to stop mid-delivery there. Shortstop Rivera creeping in on Candell. Now steps back. The offering on its way to Miller. Chopped towards second base. Osika stumbled. Going to be a tough play. Gets it out of the glove quickly. And he's been busy this inning, recording the second out there of Miles Miller on a little chopper to second. So 2 gone in the inning, and Chris Ruiz steps up to the plate with a runner over at third base, trying to plate the first run of this game for either side. Cardinals and Majors both scoreless. Walters has looked good on the mound for Hamilton. Gonzalez has as well for London. Ruiz playing in his second IBL game. Here's the pitch on its way. That one misses high. Into the windup. Here's the pitch. Ruiz driven to left center field. Moving back on it, Schulafand, and he tracked that baseball down. A great play by the Hamilton Cardinals left fielder Jordan Schulafand to come up with that one and end the bottom of the third inning. Ruiz put a charge into it, but the Majors can't score. 0-0 after 3 from Labatt Park.
I want to ride this pony, but I suffer from low E.
Millions of people are suffering from low energy, commonly known as low E.
Low E has hurt my performance in the bedroom. I haven't been able to make the bed in years.
Now there's hope. Planet Fitness replaces low E with Big E, which keeps you energized and glowing all day. Simply join through the free PF app for only $15 a month.
Planet Fitness is a proud partner of your London Majors.
You're watching.
Here's the pitch. Joseph drills it to right center field. That ball's going back to the warning track, to the wall. Goodbye, baseball. Starling Joseph, a 2-run home run.
London Majors Baseball on MajorsTV.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of MajorsTV.
You're watching London Majors Baseball.
London Majors Baseball. London Majors Baseball on MajorsTV.
Back at Labatt Park for the 4th inning between the Majors and the Cardinals. Beautiful day for baseball. Just made a trip down towards the third base concession stand. The lines are long. If you are here at the ballpark and you are in line, stay in line. You can get yourself some great ballpark food. Bill's Burgers, hot dogs, sausages, nachos from Qdoba. Lots of options, lots of variety at the Majors concession stand. And there's no score in the game on the field here. Lots of fans in attendance to celebrate the country and the Majors on this Saturday evening. First pitch from Edison Gonzalez is going to miss for ball one. Majors nearly pushed a run across in the bottom of the third, but Jordan Schulafan did a great job tracking that one down. Here's the 1-0 from Gonzalez, working quickly. Misses inside to Tyler Duncan. In case you're just joining us, Duncan tripled in his first at-bat, was stranded over at third base. It was a 2-0 triple. .2-0 on its way. That's going to miss up and inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Gonzalez yet to issue a walk of the ball game today, trying to keep that trend up against Duncan. In the windup, 3-0 home. In there for a strike. Duncan thought that was ball 4. Three balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Gonzalez comes home. Duncan fouls that one off. So from 3-0 to a full count against the Cardinals' right fielder. Gonzalez into the windup. 3-2 on its way to Tyler Duncan. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Great job by Edison Gonzalez working his way back from being behind 3-0 to strike out Tyler Duncan and record the first out of the top of the 4th inning. Edison Gonzalez will face Luis Bernardo for the second time. Bernardo 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. That one's in the air, hit pretty well down the left field line. It's hooking, and it will fall in foul territory. Right on the fence there, near the warning track. A fan almost came up with that baseball, but could not squeeze it. 0-1 the count. Shaking once as Gonzalez getting the sign he wants, rocking back from the windup. Here's the pitch on its way. Hit hard and foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh and 2, 1 away. Gonzalez facing Bernardo. Pitch coming, breaking ball. Bernardo puts a charge into this one to left field. Joseph back, looking up, and that ball is out of here. Luis Bernardo puts the Cardinals on the board first as he hits a line drive home run out to left field, and it's 1-0 Hamilton here on Canada Day. Bernardo hit that one on a line. Starling Joseph had no real shot of getting back there to try to catch it. If and only if that ball was hit higher in the air, he may have been able to get back there and make a grab on it. It looked like it barely got over the fence, but hit so hard he didn't have time to get back to the wall, and it's a solo home run for Luis Bernardo, which brings up Josh Niles with 1 away. Niles hits that one hard. Candell can't squeeze it. A rocket off the bat of Josh Niles. Keith Candell got up there but could not quite hold on. It'll be ruled a single, and rightfully so. Niles scorched that baseball. Candell got up there but couldn't quite hold on. So 2 hard hit balls for the Cardinals consecutively. Now there's a runner at first base with 1 away. That'll bring up Dennis DeBanning. DeBanning 1 for 1. Singled in his last trip. Setting is Gonzalez. Pitch on its way. That one will miss inside. 1-0. DeBanning taking his time to get back in the batter's box. Knows that Edison Gonzalez is working quickly, trying to throw off the timing. Here's the 1-0 home. That one misses. 2-0. Gonzalez seemed to be rolling along for the Majors up until the home run off the bat of Bernardo, and ever since it's been a rocket single for Josh Niles, and he's not been able to find the strike zone against Dennis DeBanning. On the move from first is Niles. That one hit hard past the diving Kane McGee. Niles around second. He'll get into third with ease and pull up there as Byron Reichstein gets that one in quickly, but a beautifully executed hit and run for Hamilton gives them runners on the corners here with one away. Dean Castelli employing the small ball for his ball club. So with the Cardinals 90 feet away from scoring their second run of the inning, Majors pitching coach Brent Wales will come out to talk to his right-handed arm. Great effort there from Kane McGee over at first with a dive trying to make that stop, but no real shot with how hard it was hit. We'll remind you that the Majors are back in action tomorrow on the road. They won't be at home 3 days in a row. They'll be in Toronto at Dominico Field at Christie Pitts, and then back at Labatt Park next Friday against the Kitchener Panthers. First and third, one away as Brent Wales heads back to the dugout for the Majors, and Lane Renault steps into the batter's box. Renault 0 for 1. He put a charge into a baseball in his first at-bat. Hit it foul, though. Has a chance to drive home a run if he puts the ball deep enough into the gap. Maybe two. On the move from first is DeBenning, and that one is fouled off. Looked like back-to-back hit and runs employed for the Cardinals. Potentially just a straight steal of second base with the runners on the corners. The option for a play to try to swipe home for Hamilton was there. Gonzalez comes set. Here's the pitch. Not running DeBenning. That one's on the outside corner. Strike two. So Edison Gonzalez in control of this at-bat. Ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Dennis DeBenning stays over at first base. Stands over at first base, excuse me. Josh Niles stands over at third. Gonzalez sets out there on the mound. Holding a long time, pitch coming, that one misses high. Definitely has the runner over at first base on his mind as Ruiz fires a throw over there. McGee did a good job getting after that one. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. This would be a huge out to pick up any way Gonzalez can get it, so long as the run does not score. He'll take a strikeout, pop out, ground out, whatever it takes just to keep that runner over at third base. 1 ball, 2 strikes, pitch coming on the move to Benning, and Renault drives that one to about the same spot he drove the one in his first at-bat, well into foul territory. You see the kids racing after that one, trying to get home with a souvenir. There was the one kid there, the third kid in line. He stopped once he saw the first 2 go. He's like, I'm not getting this baseball. And then you saw 3 more hopefuls charging right behind him, trying to get after it, thinking maybe, just maybe, they'll have better luck. 1-2, 1 away in the top of the 4th inning here at Labatt Park on Canada Day. Runners on the corners for the Cardinals as Gonzalez comes set out there on the mound. Pitch home. Renault fouls that one off to about the same spot once again, spoiling a couple of good pitches from Gonzalez. And we'll try it once more at 1-2. Renault ready in the batter's box. Gonzalez set out there on the mound. DeBenning dancing throw over. Had it been a little more towards DeBenning, they may have had a shot of picking him off, but that one right into the dirt, and Kane McGee had to get down there to block it. 1-2, 1 away. Gonzalez sets. DeBenning running once more. That one comes up high on Renault and hits him. Looked like a fastball that slipped out of the hand of Edison Gonzalez and caught Lane Renault high. Not sure if it got him on the helmet, if it got him on the shoulder. It sure did get him up there, though, and it got him flush. Luckily, he's on his feet. He's over to first base. Didn't sound like it caught the helmet. So now the bases are loaded. Gonzalez had Renault in a 1-2 count, couldn't put him away. Bases loaded, one gone. Huge spot in this ball game for Edison Gonzalez. Has not had many ground balls in this game, but he'd love to roll a 2-ball here. Corners are in, that's Graham and McGee. Up the middle, Reyes, Cruz, and Candel are shaded in double play depth. That one called a strike, it's 0-1. Majors trying to get 2 any way they can. At third is Josh Niles. At second, Dennis DeBanning. And at first, Lane Renault. Gonzalez from the stretch. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, skips away from Ruiz. Niles thought about it, but he'll stay there. It's 1-1. One ball, one strike, one away. Edison Gonzalez sets out there on the mound. Here's the pitch. On the ground, that one foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bases are loaded for the Cardinals. 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. They've already got 1 in the frame. That was on the Luis Bernardo home run. Then Josh Niles singled, Dennis DeBanning singled, and Lane Renault got hit by a pitch. Hamilton trying to add on to the lead. Time called in the batter's box there, so Rivera will step out. Rivera's 0 for 1 on the day. Popped out to shortstop. In his last turn at bat, Tristan Osika waits on deck. 1-2. Here's the pitch from Gonzalez. Breaking ball, chopped foul towards the dugout. It seems like Gonzalez has been in a lot of 2-strike counts, and every time so far, at least in this inning, he's had a hard time putting the batters away. Bernardo was in an 0-2 count when he hit his home run. Lane Renault battled on 2 strikes, and he had an 0-2 count as well. He battled back from, got hit by a pitch, reached first base. Gonzalez sets out there on the rubber. Here's the 1-2 home. Called strike 3. Ruiz faked a snap throw to first, but that's a huge second out for Edison Gonzalez. Bases remain loaded with 2 away. That'll allow the infield to move back, and Tristan Osika gets his second chance in the batter's box, looking to drive home some runs for the Cardinals. Gonzalez takes a breath, comes home to Osika. Flared, shallow left field. Joseph playing deep. He's not going to get there. Charging hard around third is DeBanning. Joseph bobbles it. Heading into third base is Renault. The tag not in time. Graham fakes a throw to second. It's a 2-run single for Tristan Osika, and the Hamilton Cardinals extend the lead. It's 3-0. A chaotic play there. We'll see if it's ruled an error on Joseph. He overran the baseball trying to come up with a throw to the plate. It will be scored an error. That also allows Osika to move up to second base. So 2 runners in scoring position here with 2 out in the top of the 4th inning. 3 runs already home in the frame for Hamilton as Gonzalez faces Jordan Schulafand. Here's the pitch in there for a strike to Schulafand, who's 1 for 2 on the day. Bunt single in his last trip after lining out in his first time at bat. Gonzalez comes set. Here's the pitch. Cut on and missed there. 0-2 now. Gonzalez had his fair share of 0-2 counts. Has not been able to put away the Cardinals. aside from the first out where he got a strikeout, and then the second one where Rivera struck out looking. Cardinals have been battling against him in 2 strike counts. Breaking ball, that one goes outside. Though I guess in naming the examples of strikeouts, I kind of disproved my point, didn't I? 1-2 is the count to Schulafan, the left fielder, against Edison Gonzalez. He sets out there on the rubber. And comes home with the 1-2. That one hit on the ground to second base. Moving over to his right, Reyes Cruz gobbles that one up. A good throw to Kane McGee, and that will retire the side. So the Majors, they allow 3 runs in the inning, and they trail by a score of 3-0 after 3.5 at Labatt Park. As we welcome you up in the Game Day London broadcast booth, Dylan Baker, Jaci Solomon chiming in periodically here on Majors TV for today's contest on Canada Day. It's a pleasure to have you with us on this fine evening. As mentioned, it's a humid one. Not sure if you can see it on your screen there. I look over to my monitor. It doesn't look like you can see the sweat on my face, but it is warm up here in the press box, even with our lovely fan that keeps us somewhat cool as the ball game progresses. The Majors have had a few chances on the base paths, particularly recently, but have not been able to push any runs across on Logan Walters, who has been stellar out there on the mound for the Hamilton Cardinals so far in the ball game. Edison Gonzalez had been cruising along up until this previous inning, the top of the 4th, where the Cardinals scored 3. It really seemed like the home run off the bat of Luis Bernardo had an impact on him a little bit. After he gave up the home run on an 0-2 count, he immediately allowed a hard single to Josh Niles. That was followed up by a ground ball single off the bat of Dennis DeBanning, which put runners at the corners, and then those runners caused a little bit of chaos, faking some breaks here and there and actually running on some foul balls, getting in the head of Gonzalez. He then hit Lane Renault, and that loaded the bases for the Hamilton Cardinals. That put 2 more runs home on the base hit from Tristan Osika, who then reached second on an error by Starling Joseph. So the Cardinals had everything going their way in the last inning here on Canada Day at Labatt Park. Get a look at the Canadian flag down the line in left field. A lot of fans wearing their red and white on this fine evening for baseball as the throw down complete from Luis Bernardo. It'll be Byron Reichstein, followed by Cleveland Brownlee and Kane McGee here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Reichstein 0 for 1. Struck out looking in his last trip. Got frozen there by Walters in the first inning. Into the windup, the Cardinals righty goes. Reichstein skies that one to center field. Clayton Keys taking a couple of steps, gets under it, makes the grab, and there's one gone here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Byron Reichstein hit that ball high, but Clayton Keys was able to track it down in center field, and there's one away. Good applause for Cleveland Brownlee as he steps into the batter's box for the second time. Struck out in his last trip against Walters. Here's the pitch. Brownlee drives that one to right center field. Moving back on it, Duncan and Keys, and Duncan tracks it down. A ball that seemed perfectly placed in the gap. Cleveland Brownlee drove that one, but Tyler Duncan able to flag it down in right center and make the catch for the second out. I didn't think that one had a chance to get out, but I did think it was going to get down in the gap. Great job by the Cardinals right fielder tracking that one down. Hung up just long enough for him. Brownlee was on his horse, ready to try to stretch that into a double. As Kane McGee steps in for the second time. Worked a walk. He was the Majors' first base runner of the ball game back in the second inning. Walters sets into the windup. Here's the pitch. McGee takes that one in there for a strike. Into the windup goes Walters. Here's the pitch, breaking ball to McGee. That one is high for ball 1. 1-1. And now Logan Walters steps off the mound. Seems to be in some discomfort as catcher goes out to talk to him. The infield will converge here. Walters threw that last pitch and immediately spun back on the mound. He waved off the dugout. We'll see if the Cardinals override him and head out there. But as soon as that pitch was thrown, he took a walk around the mound, shaking off the dugout, saying, "That's me, I'm good, I'm good." Still taking his time as McGee readies. In the batter's box, 1-1 strike the count. Into the windup, here's the pitch. McGee scorches that one foul. Was way ahead of that one, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Pitch to McGee, flown foul. We'll do it again here on 1-2 with 2 away. McGee trying to extend this inning for the Majors. That pitch goes up and in on the Majors' first baseman. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. 2 away in the 4th. Into the windup, here's the pitch. In there for a called strike 3. So Logan Walters is through 4 scoreless innings against the Majors. It's 3-0 Hamilton after 4 from Labatt Park here on Canada Day.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of MajorsTV.
You're watching London Majors Baseball.
London Majors Baseball. London Majors Baseball on MajorsTV.
Back for the bottom of the 4th inning. Pardon me, the top of the 5th inning, I should say, at Labatt Park. Gave Matt a scare there. Thought he was in another dimension for a second. Edison Gonzalez back out there for the Majors, has thrown 69 pitches through 4 innings. Scoreless up until the last one where he allowed 3 runs. It was a solo shot for Luis Bernardo, followed by a single, and a hit by pitch. Then a strikeout of Brian Rivera before Tristan Osika looped a single into left field that plated 2 runs. Get a look at a different Canadian flag down the line in left field there. There are lots of them at the ballpark today as everybody's jamming out to some music and having a great time on this Saturday evening, and we're really glad you're with us to catch the Majors taking on the Hamilton Cardinals. Cardinals, you can see they're heavily out hitting the Majors 7-1. It'll be Clayton Keys, Tyler Duncan, and Luis Bernardo in the inning for Hamilton. That pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Gonzalez into the windup. Here's the 0-1 home. That one is low, and it's 1-1. Into the windup. Here's the 1-1. That one chopped on the ground to third base. Brett Graham plays it on a big hop, throws it over to Kane McGee. And there's one away here in the top of the fifth inning. Tyler Duncan steps into the batter's box. 1 for 2 on the day. A triple and a strikeout swinging in his 2 turns at bat. That one is scorched over the head of Tommy Reyes-Cruz. It's in the gap in right center. Around first is Duncan. He's charging hard for second. Here's the throw from Byron Reichstein. It's a good one, but it's just off the mark, and that'll allow Duncan to be into second base with his second extra base hit of the ball game. It's a 1-out double. That's the 8th hit of the ball game for the Hamilton Cardinals. Gonzalez averaging nearly 2 base runners per inning here so far. Has stranded 4 runners. Here's the pitch. That one off the plate outside for ball 1. If you're a Leafs fan, it's been a bit of a rough day in free agency. A lot of players leaving, but John Klingberg, 1-year, $4 million deal, as that one is hit high in the air to left field. Starling Joseph coming in, makes the catch. And there's 2 gone here in the top of the 5th inning. That one hit a mile high. Joseph took a long time to move towards that baseball, which had me concerned that he didn't see it. Thought it might have lost track of that ball on its way to him, but had it all the way, makes the catch, and there's 2 gone. Josh Niles into the batter's box for Hamilton. 1 for 2. Runner in scoring position is Tyler Duncan. Gonzalez a peek. Here's the offering. Line straight back at the screen, and it's 0-1. Speaking of the Leafs, Alex Kerfoot going to the Coyotes for 2 years. Giving you your NHL free agency fix on this Saturday night. Breaking ball, that one misses. 1-1. Gonzalez stares in to Ruiz for the sign. Duncan at second. Quick peek from Gonzalez, now another. Comes home. The 1-1 is hammered to left field. Hit well, Joseph tracking back, and it just slices foul. Boy, oh boy, was that one ever close. Josh Niles nearly had a Canada Day home run at Labatt Park, but just did get fouled, and the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and two away. Niles in the batter's box has Duncan standing at second. Gonzalez ready's out there on the mound. Creeping in Reyes-Cruz, he'll back off as Gonzalez takes a look. Nobody near the Cardinals right fielder. Here's the pitch on its way. In the air, left center field. Miles Miller moving to his right. He's got a beat on that one. He makes the catch, and the side is retired here in the top of the 5th inning. Hamilton leads by a score of 3-0, which gives them some nice insurance. Need some insurance? Here's our insurance tip of the game from our insurance guy, Eric Gagne.
Today, we thought we would share some insurance tips on how to reduce your auto insurance premium. So firstly, being claims-free and having no tickets or accidents is a big way to keep your premiums down. Secondly, getting winter tires installed can add a discount. Loyalty discounts can also be added, so the longer you're with a company, the more discounts that they add, as well as bundling. So bundling your home and auto insurance together with the same company, not same broker, same company, can add a discount as well too. Let them know if you're recently retired or working from home, no longer commuting to work. Those are two ways as well, too, to reduce your premiums. Check with your auto insurance agent. Keep them up to date as to what the use of the vehicle is, and make sure you're getting all those discounts on your insurance. I'm Eric Gagne from Our Insurance Guy. Now back to you guys in the booth.
Back at Labatt Park for the bottom of the fifth inning between the Cardinals and Majors. Hamilton leads by a score of 3-0. Logan Walters has been effective and efficient for the Hamilton Cardinals. 48 pitches through 4 scoreless innings against this Majors offense. Starling Joseph just out into the on-deck circle. And he's going to have to go right away to the batter's box here on Canada Day. You see a full first base side behind the plate. Lots of fans in attendance. Just enough room around our MajorsTV cameraman Kyle Brebner. You may see him in the Blue Jays jersey there. Enough space around him so that he can give you a great look from behind the plate. Thank all of our MajorsTV volunteers for putting on a great show every single time we are on the broadcast at Labatt Park. Starling Joseph into the batter's box here. First offering from Walters. Joseph swings through it for strike one. No balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the fifth inning here. Into the wind-up, the 0-1 home. That one's in there for strike two. Starling Joseph not a fan of that call. Oh-2. Starling Joseph digging back into the batter's box after a call he didn't like. Into the windup goes Walters. Here's the pitch on its way. Joseph hits that one hard. Osika moves to his left from the outfield grass. A good throw to Josh Niles to get Starling Joseph for the first out of the bottom of the fifth inning. One gone in the frame, and that will bring up Tommy Reyes-Cruz. Reyes-Cruz is 0 for 1. A ground out to Logan Walters that he took to the bag himself in his first trip. Into the windup, Walters. Here's the pitch, outside corner. He's got it. It's 0-1. Some action in the Cardinals' bullpen. Trying to figure out who that is. Appears to be Corbin Peters. Getting loose out there. We saw Peters last year, if I'm not mistaken, for the Cardinals. Get some work against the Majors. Here's the pitch. Caught on and missed by Reyes-Cruz. It's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. The pitch from Walters on its way. Reyes-Cruz takes that low, and it's 2-2. Two, 1 away. That one in the dirt, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Not sure what the pitch count is here on Logan Walters. If you look at his games throughout the season, he's gone 6 innings, 5 innings, 4 1/3, 5 2/3, and 6. Pitch on its way. Reyes-Cruz swings through that one. Pardon me, fouled that one off, I should say. And now we'll do it again on 3-2, excuse me. His last outing was a start against the Majors last Friday, where he went 6 innings, allowing 2 runs, only one of them earned against the Majors. In that contest, he threw 99 pitches. Reyes-Cruz fouls that one off as well. So we'll try one more time on 3-2. But despite the fact they threw 99, there was action in the Cardinals bullpen. Now Peters is sat back down. So there goes that. Walters just at 58 pitches through 4 1/3 innings. He's been very efficient so far. The offering on its way to Reyes Cruz, skied in the air, right field. Initially breaking back was Duncan. He moves in, and he's got it. 2 away now here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Brett Graham will get his second turn at bat of the ball game. Graham 0 for 1 on the day. Squared around the bunt of the first pitch he saw. Didn't work. Then he grounded out to Tristan Osika up the middle. Osika playing deep at second base, now moving his way in. He was all the way out in the outfield. Still on the cut of the grass, though. Here's the pitch to Graham. On the ground to second base. Osika to his right. Nice stop. Jump throw to first. And it's not in time. It pulled Josh Niles off the bag. An athletic play by Tristan Osika, but not quite able to get Brett Graham over at first base, and that'll go as the second hit for the Majors in the ball game. The man who got the first hit was Keith Candell, and he steps into the batter's box now for London. 2 hits for the Majors in the ball game. Both of them infield singles. Coming set out there on the mound is Walters. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, ball 1. One ball, no strikes, 2 away. Coming set on the mound is Walters. Quick throw over to first base. Brett Graham back with a dive. Walters sets. Here's the pitch to Candell. Skied in the air in foul territory on the infield. Josh Niles has a beat on it, and he makes the grab to retire the side. So the Majors get another base runner on another infield hit. And with that, we will send it down to Jaci Solomon. Jaci, what do you got for us?
Welcome back, Majors fans. I'm joined here with Hadley, Alex, and John, some fans out here for Canada Day. So Hadley, we'll start with you, then we'll go Alex, then we'll go John. What brings you here today on Canada Day?
Just laying down, watching all the fireworks, seeing if I can find one that says London Majors.
The fireworks for Canada Day. We are coming to watch a game with our friends.
And who is your favorite player on the London Majors?
Starling, the one that shakes his butt.
35. Cleveland.
Okay, we're going to do a Go Majors Go all together on 3. Are you ready? All righty. 1, 2, 3.
Go Majors Go!
Back to you, Dylan, in the Game Day London press box.
Jaci, thank you so much. Welcome back to the Game Day London broadcast booth. That was a fun one. Starling quickly becoming a fan favorite here for Majors fans. It's a pleasure to have you with us on this Canada Day. A beautiful day for baseball at Labatt Park, and we're glad you decided to join us here on Majors TV to catch all the action in this contest. The Cardinals lead by a score of 3-0. Fredison Gonzalez outside of the 4th inning of work, he's been pretty solid. That 4th inning is where the Cardinals got all 3 of their runs. First on a home run from Luis Bernardo, and then a 2-run single off the bat of Tristan Osika, which put the Cardinals up by the 3 runs that they have right now. Majors trying to get back in this contest. Gonzalez overall not too bad. The one concern has been the hits. He's allowed 8 hits so far in the ball game through 5 innings of work. That's a lot of traffic on the base paths. The one positive the Majors have seen so far, he's limited the walks, and that was the big issue. It was the control for him. Before this start, he had a lack of control that hindered his success in the Intercounty Baseball League, but today he's had everything in and around the strike zone. It's just been a matter of balls getting put in play a little bit too often, which has allowed the bases to get loaded in the case of the Osika single that scored 2, and has allowed Luis Bernardo to hit a ball a long way out of this ballpark, allowing the Cardinals to get their first run of the ball game earlier on in this one. Sixth inning between the Majors and Cardinals now. Dennis DeBanning will lead things off. He's the DH. Coming set is Gonzalez. Into the windup. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Action in the Majors bullpen. Cam O'Reilly loosening up. O'Reilly was loosening yesterday, but did not get into the contest as Alex Springer was stellar out of the bullpen. Shutting the door. Here's the 0-1. That one is lined into left field. Joseph coming in, and a great diving grab by Starling Joseph. A line drive that was sinking quickly, and Starling Joseph made a terrific play for the first out. One away now. Lane Renault steps into the batter's box against Edison Gonzalez, who works into the windup. Swing and a miss, strike one. To Lane Renault. Renault 0 for 1 on the day. Strikeout and a hit by pitch. Gonzalez shakes once, gets the sign he wants. 0-1 home. Line straight back towards me. If there was no net there, that's coming right up here. Almost right through our ring light. That would have been cool if it happened. Also terrifying because that one was hit really hard off the bat of Lane Renault. 0-2 the count. From Edison Gonzalez to Lane Renault, the pitch on its way. That one is high, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. We'll give you a look at the out-of-town scoreboard between innings. As Renault faces a 1-2 count with one away. Gonzalez rocks back into the windup. Offering on its way. Drops in there. Called strike 3. Edison Gonzalez with strikeout number 6 in the ball game. And there's 2 away now in the top of the 6th inning. Really great breaking ball there from Edison Gonzalez. Froze Lane Renault. Brian Rivera steps into the batter's box for Hamilton. Here's the pitch. That one popped up on the infield. Kane McGee right there makes the catch, and that'll do it for the top of the 6th inning. So the Hamilton Cardinals go 1-2-3, and Edison Gonzalez is through 6 innings on 86 pitches, He has been efficient and solid so far here on Canada Day. Cardinals still lead by 3, though. You get a look at the great crowd on hand here at Labatt Park. Great crowds all over the IBL today, which saw lots of action. First game of the day was in Guelph at Hastings Stadium. The Leafs were in town to take on the Royals, and Guelph came away with an exciting 5-4 victory, a tight one over there. Not quite as close at Arnold Anderson Stadium in Brantford, where the Kitchener Panthers took down the Brantford Red Sox by a score of 18-10. Over here, it is 3-0 Cardinals, and in Welland, the Barrie Baycats have a 4-1 lead on the Welland Jackfish, who have lost 3 of their last 4 games, including their last 2, a loss to Kitchener on Thursday and then a loss to the Majors last night. Barrie's up 4-1 on them right now. Of course, it was the Baycats who snapped the Jackfish's long winning streak earlier this season. Logan Walters back out there for a 6th inning of work. The Toronto Blue Jays were in action for their annual Canada Day game, and they fell short of a Canada Day victory, as has happened many times before, 7-6. Now, obviously, we're here broadcasting this game. Didn't get a chance to watch the ending in Toronto of the Blue Jays game, but I hear it was a real heartbreaker as Bo Bichette was thrown out at the plate. Get a look at the Cardinals bullpen. Action down there. Appears to be Rasil Bott warming up for Hamilton, but back here in the bottom of the 6th inning, it'll be Miles Miller to lead things off for the Majors. Miller will be followed by Chris Ruiz and Byron Reichstein. Into the windup goes Walters. Here's the pitch to Miller. skied in the air, foul territory, gets out of play, 0-1. No balls, one strike, nobody out. Here's the pitch, that one misses. 1-1. One ball, one strike to Miles Miller, nobody out. Here's the pitch, Miller gets that one through the left side of the infield. So it's a base hit for Miles Miller into left, and the Majors have a base runner. Chris Ruiz steps into the batter's box for London. With Miller over at first, the Majors trying to get something going. Rasil Bott continuing to loosen up in the Cardinals bullpen, in case Walters needs him to come get out of a jam here. Walters at 65 pitches through 5 innings plus one batter. Here's the pitch on its way. Just off the outside corner, it's ball one. Ruiz is 0 for 2 today. A ground out and a line out. Hit the line out pretty hard to left field. Doubled yesterday. Walters looks in. Quick throw over. Miles Miller back with a dive. Josh Niles, an interesting stance over at first base when he's holding a runner on. Has the glove further away from the pitcher. Just snap a tag down quickly. On the move is Miles Miller. Ruiz launches that one down the left field line, and it's foul. Looked like it could have been extra bases for the Majors catcher, but it bounced up against the warning track in foul territory. And Miles Miller will head back to first base. Something the Majors enjoy calling right now is this hit and run between Miller and Ruiz, where Miller takes off. Ruiz tries to put a ball in play. We'll see if it's on again here. One ball, one strike, nobody out. Setting is Walters. Holding a long while. Miller not running. Ruiz takes that one in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Chris Ruiz ready in the batter's box, getting set on the mound. Logan Walters. Here's the pitch. Ruiz takes high. Good job laying off that one. It's 2-2. Thought maybe Miller would be off, but if he was, a high pitch like that is a good one to throw on for the catcher, Bernardo. Setting on the rubber, Walters. Miller looks ready to run. He's on the move. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Throw down from Bernardo's a good one. Miller swam around it or attempted to, but they got him. Miles Miller caught stealing second base. It's a strike him out, throw him out double play. And Logan Walters quickly erases that base runner. A good attempt from Miles Miller to get around that tag. The throw beat him by quite a bit. Bernardo threw that one from his knees, making the throw all the more impressive. Here's the pitch from Walters. Reichstein in the air. Shallow left field. Charging in is Schulafand, and he makes the catch, and that'll retire the sides. The complexion of the inning changed by the strike him out, throw him out double play. We're through 6 complete at Labatt Park here on Canada Day. The Majors trail by a score of 3-0.
I want to ride this pony, but I suffer from low E.
Millions of people are suffering from low energy, commonly known as low E.
Low E has hurt my performance in the bedroom. I haven't been able to make the bed in years.
Now there's hope. Planet Fitness replaces low E with Big E, which keeps you energized and glowing all day. Simply join through the free PF app for only $15 a month.
Planet Fitness is a proud partner of your London Majors.
You're watching.
Here's the pitch. Joseph drills it to right center field. That ball's going back to the warning track, to the wall. Goodbye, baseball. Starling Joseph, a 2-run home run.
London Majors Baseball on MajorsTV.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of MajorsTV.
Back at Labatt Park for the 7th inning between the Majors and the Cardinals. We're glad you're with us on this Canada Day Eve. Fireworks coming up post-game at Labatt Park. Luis Bernardo providing all the fireworks for the Hamilton Cardinals so far. Solo shot earlier in the ball game back in the 4th inning. Tristan Osika, who steps into the batter's box right now for Hamilton, delivered the other blow, a 2-run single. Some movement in the Majors bullpen, a few arms throwing, but nobody with any emphasis right now, as that one is just off the plate. Chris Ruiz can't believe it. The 1-0 to Osika, that one's in there for a strike. That two-run single, pardon me, from Osika, the only hit he's got in the ballgame. He's 1 for 2. Top of the order on deck. Cam O'Reilly back standing on a mound in left field in the bullpen. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Gonzalez off the plate. And it's 2-2. That one is cut on and missed, strike 3. So Edison Gonzalez, 7 strikeouts now through 6 1/3 innings. As the order turns over and Jordan Schulafand will step into the batter's box for Hamilton. Schulafand is 1 for 3. Into the windup. Here's the pitch from Gonzalez. That's in there for a strike. Gonzalez at 92 pitches, which is why O'Reilly's getting loose, slowly but surely out there. That one cut on and missed by Schulafand, 0-2. O'Reilly not pitching, just throwing right now. But it does look like he's in the progression to get loose to come into this game, as he's doing a little bit longer toss from behind the mound, in front of the mound, and then going to get on the mound. Here's the 0-2 from Gonzalez. That one misses up and inside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2, 1 away. Coming set, Gonzalez kicks back into the windup. Here's the pitch. In there, strike 3 called. Gonzalez racks up another strikeout. That's 8 on the ball game now, and there's 2 gone in the top of the 7th inning. So 2 away, and Clayton Keys steps into the batter's box. Keys is 0 for 3, but he'd love to extend the inning for Tyler Duncan, who is on deck. And I say that because Tyler Duncan is 2 for 3 with a double and a triple. That one is hit high in the air to left field. Starling Joseph giving chase. He's back at the wall, looks up, and that one is fair. It is gone. Clayton Keys hooks one around the foul pole, and the Hamilton Cardinals extend their lead. It's 4-0 here at Labatt Park. Starling Joseph gave chase, but could not come up with that one. Hit all the way to the corner in left field. And Clayton Keys goes yard. Hamilton well up now. It's 4-0. With the way the Majors offense has looked against Logan Walters, that's no small lead here. Into the windup. Here's a pitch from Gonzalez. Duncan on the ground to first base. Kane McGee is right there. He'll make the play, and the side is retired, but not without the Hamilton Cardinals adding on to their lead. They're up 4-0 through 6.5 at Labatt Park. Edison Gonzalez, 6 innings, 4 runs, all of them earned, 8 strikeouts, no walks, and Rube Chanadad will be happy about that no walks number as he gives Edison Gonzalez the handshake heading back in. It'll be Cam O'Reilly's inning in the 8th inning, it looks like. But for now, at Labatt Park, it is stretch time. Majors trailing by 4. Everybody in the ballpark getting up, stretching out, having a grand old time, including us up here in the Game Day London broadcast booth. And we'd like to take this opportunity to remind you that Majors TV runs on Cucina Italian Kitchen. We love Cucina's food. We love what they prepare for us every single game, and we're grateful that we've got them on as a sponsor this season. A healthy crowd here at Labatt Park as we remind you to take some time to follow us on social media at London Majors on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube, right here where you're watching us now. Great look at the crowd. Everybody relaxing, having a good time, including us up here. Matthew's got us. How's it going? We're dancing along. Everybody's relaxed. Everybody's having fun. Matthew Young, our cameraman, giving you a shot up here in the Game Day London broadcast booth of us hanging out and standing up. Stretch time is for everybody, and I say it every single game. When it's 7th inning stretch time, we're standing up here too. Matt Hiscox to my left, our producer and director today, myself, we're here to have fun, to watch some baseball, and we participate in the activities like the fans do. Fans are hoping to will their Majors back into this ball game. They trail by a score of 4-0 at the moment. Rasil Bott is into the ball game for the Hamilton Cardinals. Bott has been with Hamilton for a few seasons now. Bott will face the middle of the Majors order: Cleveland Brownlee, Kane McGee, and Starling Joseph. So for Logan Walters, it was a terrific performance. 6 scoreless innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 3 runners left on base, an opponent's average of 150. Cleveland Brownlee into the batter's box here for London. Cleveland Brownlee recently got RBI number 500. We mentioned it last night on the broadcast. Looking for 501, trying to ignite this crowd in a rally. Breaking ball. Cleveland hits that one hard. Osika is shaded up the middle and executes a perfect throw to first base. That's why the shift is there for Hamilton, and that's also why Major League Baseball outlawed it for this season, to try to allow more base hits, to try to allow some more athleticism. If there's no shift, it's likely that Brian Rivera would range over, try to make a sliding stop and a great play at first, but instead, Tristan Osika, perfectly placed right up the middle, makes that play look routine. And that's just good execution by the Hamilton Cardinals. As long as it's in the rules, you can't fault them for using it. Kane McGee will step into the batter's box for London, and we haven't heard anything about rule changes that we've seen in Major League Baseball making their way to the Intercounty Baseball League. Here's the pitch from Bott. That one will miss for ball 1 to McGee. One of the things that might be nice in the IBL would be a pitch clock, but we haven't heard anything about a pitch clock. We haven't heard anything about outlawing the shift, and certainly haven't heard anything about bigger bases. Here's the pitch. That one is in the dirt, and it'll miss for ball 2. If you're watching at home and if you're engaged in the chat, let's hear your thoughts on the rule changes in Major League Baseball. I personally, big fan. of all that. I think they've done a great job with those changes that they've made. 2-0 the count to Kane McGee. Here's the pitch, breaking ball. That floats just above the strike zone. Get a look at the Cardinals bullpen. Appears to be Corbin Peters and Stefan Strecker getting loose. Strecker, a former Brantford Red Sox. He's a Hamilton Cardinal now. He's been around this league a long while. And he's getting loose in the Majors bullpen. The Cardinals bullpen. In the Majors bullpen, as that one misses to Kane McGee for ball 4. McGee has worked his second walk of the ball game. We'll see if Roop Chanadat lifts him for a pinch runner. But a slight change in the Majors bullpen as Cam O'Reilly is sat down and Jared Lund is getting loose. Majors manager Roop Chanadat calling time with home plate umpire Steve Cochran. He wants a pinch runner as Austin Wilkie appears to be getting a helmet. They're trying to sort this out. McGee stands over at first base right now, and Wilkie will head out there for London. Austin Wilkie still recovering from that injury. The hit by pitch that wasn't. He's limited in what he can do in terms of baseball activities, but one thing he can do is run the bases. And he does so well with speed. You get a look at Wilkie there with Josh Niles, taking the place of Kane McGee. One away. Wilkie over at first, and that'll bring up Starling Joseph to step into the batter's box. Majors trail by 4. Coming set on the mound is Rasil Bhatt. Breaking ball on its way. That one misses. Certainly a difference in velocity between Bhatt and Walters. Wilkie not running. Joseph in the air. Hit well to center field. Back on it is Keys. Looking up. That ball is out of here. Starling Joseph sends one out to center field in a hurry. And the Majors are back into this one. They trail by 2. Rasil Bhatt hung one, and Starling Joseph made no mistake, taking it all the way out to center field to make it a 4-2 ball game. Joseph gets the Canada Cowboy hat on. He's getting festive on Canada Day as he heads into the dugout for a celebration. Great look at it there on our 519 Jersey Auction mobile camera. 4-2. The Majors trail. Tommy Reyes Cruz steps into the batter's box now for London. Majors trail by a pair. Starling Joseph, I mentioned it with Chris Lazar yesterday, hit one out to dead center last year. Not quite as center cut as that one. Pardon me, this one not quite as center cut as the one last year. Matt Hiscox to my left saying he doesn't think that ball has landed. Starling Joseph sent that one into orbit. Here's the pitch. That one's off the plate. It's 2-0, and Joseph knew it. So did the center fielder Clayton Keys, who took 2 steps back and said, yep, not a chance. Watched it fly out. 2-0, 1 away. Coming set on the mound is Rasil Bhatt. Crowd back into it. Breaking ball. That one misses. 3-0 to Tommy Reyes Cruz. Stefan Strecker still throwing in the bullpen. Corbin Peters has sat down after some light throwing. Looking in for the sign is Bhatt. Coming set, here's the pitch. Breaking ball, that one's in there to Reyes Cruz. He knew it, didn't take a step towards first or anything. 3 balls, 1 strike. Bhatt ready's out there on the mound. Reyes Cruz ready in the box. That one is in there for strike 2. Caught the outside corner. Crowd not overjoyed with that decision from home plate umpire Steve Cochran. as the count runs full with one away. Looked like it probably caught the corner. 3-2 pitch on its way. Reyes Cruz chops that one. It gets by Josh Niles into right field. Reyes Cruz around first. He'll dig for second. Duncan picks that one up in foul territory. And Tommy Reyes Cruz has put himself in scoring position here with one away. Josh Niles stabbed at that baseball and came up empty on the swing as it gets into right field. A mound visit here for the Cardinals. Don't believe that's Dean Castelli unless he's put a jacket on since we last saw him. Raciel Bott allowed the home run to Starling Joseph, fell behind 3-0 to Reyes Cruz before he doubled that one down the line. Raciel Bott getting a visit from the pitching coach. It'll be Brett Graham into the batter's box here. One away. We'll see if the Majors put a sacrifice bunt on. Graham, a guy who's bunted a fair amount this season. The only thing I see preventing that is you're not playing for this run. You're playing for another run on top of that. You're not playing for Reyes Cruz to score. You're playing for Brett Graham to score. So we'll see if the Majors put the bunt on. Cardinals think they might. Renault standing in at the cut of the grass. Brett Graham takes that one low for ball one. Like I said, to me, you're not playing for Reyes Cruz to score. You're playing for Brett Graham to score, and a bunt erases him. But we'll see if the Majors are just trying to take runs any way they can get him here. Pitch on its way. Graham comes up empty on the swing. It's 1-1. Jared Lund continues to get loose in the Majors bullpen. 4-2 Hamilton. One away here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Keith Candell waits on deck. Brett Graham has one of two Majors hits. He hits that one in the air, shallow left field, coming in on his Schulafand, and he makes the catch for the second out. So that one doesn't move Reyes Cruz up to third base. It's a fly out to left. And Keith Candell will be called upon here, unless he won't be. Pinch hitter here. Drew Lawrence last night came up with a big sacrifice fly to score the Majors' first and the winning run of the ball game in the fifth inning. He's got Reyes Cruz at second. A sacrifice fly, a fly out doesn't score him. He needs a base hit. Pitch on its way. Outside, ball one. On deck, top of the order, Miles Miller. Looking in for the sign is Raciel Bott. Comes set. Peeks back at Reyes Cruz. Here's the pitch, breaking ball. That one drops in on Drew Lawrence. It's 1-1. One ball, one strike, two away. Reyes Cruz in scoring position. Bott peeks back. Here's the pitch. Lawrence chops that one to shortstop. Going to be a tough play. Here's the throw from Rivera. It's in the dirt. It gets by Niles. It gets by Niles into the Cardinals dugout. Rivera waited for the big hop. Reyes Cruz ran by him, and the speed of Drew Lawrence applies pressure on the defense, allowing a run to score to make it 4-3 Cardinals. (4-3) Hamilton right now. Unbelievable. Dean Castelli heading out to the mound now for the Cardinals. That'll be all for Raciel Bott. As Bott exits and a new arm comes in for Hamilton, we'll take a quick break and be right back. You're watching London and Hamilton on MajorsTV.
Here we go.
Believe me, you've never heard a talk show like this.
I'm sleeping with Joe Carter. By the way, Joe did not touch the ball.
Yeah, I have to say, like, your voice is fantastic.
Meet Smitty.
Listen, I'm the brains here.
And Mitty.
And I'm the good-looking funny one.
This is the Smitty Mitty Show.
Catch new episodes of the Smitty and Mitty Show wherever you get your podcasts.
You're watching London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
Well, this ball game has been turned on its head. The Majors have plated 3 in the bottom of the 7th inning. They trail by just 1 run, and the IBL veteran Stefan Strecker has been called upon to take over for Rasil Bhatt, who came in and allowed 3 runs. Currently, all 3 of them earned. We'll see if that changes. But Strecker will be asked to get out of this inning. All he needs is 1 out. The speed of Drew Lawrence stands at second base. Strecker this season, 8 games, 1-0, a 207 earned run average in 8 2/3 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 save this season. Miles Miller needs a base hit to plate Drew Lawrence. He's got plenty of speed. Any old single should do it. We'll see if they can get it. 4-3 Cardinals. Stefan Strecker continues to get loose out there on the mound. Stefan Strecker later this month will celebrate his 44th birthday. Still pitching in the Intercounty Baseball League effectively. I mean, you look at the numbers the past couple of seasons. 180 earned run average last year for Strecker during the regular season in 14 games. 320 in 2019. 363 in 2017 with the Red Sox. I mean, he is still a very effective pitcher in the Intercounty Baseball League. And if I'm Stefan Strecker, I mean, you still love the game. You're still pitching well. Why not keep going? So Strecker out on the mound, and Miles Miller advances into the batter's box here, apologizing to Strecker and the catcher, Luis Bernardo, for stepping in a little quickly into the batter's box while Strecker was still throwing his warm-ups. Miller did not realize that he wasn't done. Runner at second base is Drew Lawrence. He is the tying run. He's got lots of speed. Miller ready in the batter's box. Here's the pitch. In there for strike 1. Big spot for Miller here. Oh, 1. 2 away. Here's the pitch. Miller takes that one off the plate. 1-1. Osika is playing deep at second. Rivera is close to second base. Renault in, protecting against a potential bunt, even with 2 outs, with the speed Miller's got. 1-1 is the count. Lawrence dancing off of second. Miller rips it into right field. It's going to get down. Lawrence getting the wave around third. Here comes Duncan. The throw to the plate is not in time. The Majors have tied it. London rallies back. It's an RBI single for Miles Miller, and it's a 4-4 game at Labatt Park. An RBI single for Miles Miller ties things up in a thrilling Canada Day affair so far, as Chris Ruiz steps into the batter's box here against Stefan Strecker. Here's the pitch to Ruiz, in there for a called strike 1. Ruiz trying to drive a ball into the gap to plate Miller here. Offering on its way, swing and a miss. Swinging a foul off, it looks like. Caught a piece of Bernardo behind the plate. Home plate umpire Steve Cochran will go out to talk to Stefan Strecker, giving Bernardo a chance to recover. Chris Ruiz knows the feeling. He's a catcher himself. He'll walk way out of the batter's box here before getting reset. Miles Miller delivering in the clutch. An RBI single to tie this ball game up. If you'll recall, Canada Day 2019, Miles Miller had an exhilarating triple in that game. Here's the pitch to Ruiz, just got a piece. Stefan Strecker doesn't have the velocity he may have once had, but he's still got the movement, and right there, that was on full display. 4-4 between the Majors and the Cardinals. Hamilton scored 3 in the fourth, 1 in the top of the seventh. Majors have scored all 4 here. Pitch to Ruiz on the ground at third base. Renault, a slight bobble, takes his time, throw to Niles, pulls him off the bag, but he'll have the time to step back on first and record the final out. But the Majors get back in this game. They've tied it up. It's 4-4 after 7 here on Canada Day. Stay with us. An exciting finish is in store.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of MajorsTV.
You're watching London Majors Baseball.
London Majors Baseball. London Majors Baseball on MajorsTV.
Back here for the top of the 8th inning. The crowd is into it. Heave Away does that even more. The wave's going around here. Chris Lazar and I had a conversation yesterday about not doing the wave in a close game, only when the score is distant either way. But the fans here at Labatt Park are having a great old time. They are doing the wave nonetheless, as it is 4-4 between London and Hamilton. A lot of changes. Let's get them for you, starting with the defensive ones. Brad Verhoeven takes over for Austin Wilkie's spot in the batting order. He is over at first base. We saw the same thing yesterday when a pinch runner came in for Kane McGee. Verhoeven takes over at first. Drew Lawrence came in for Keith Candell as a pinch hitter. Change there as well because Drew Lawrence does not play shortstop. So Dan Battelle comes in, takes that spot in the order, then moves over to second base. Tommy Reyes Cruz, previously at second base, takes over at shortstop. Got all that? Let's run it back one more time. Brad Verhoeven in for Austin Wilkie, playing first. Dan Battelle in for Drew Lawrence, playing second. Tommy Reyes Cruz, who was at second base, slides over to shortstop. Not only that, but we've got a new arm on the mound. That arm is Jared Lund. Lund this season, 4 games, 2 starts, 2-0, a 2.84 earned run average. 12 2/3 innings, 12 strikeouts, 7 walks for Jared Lund. Chris Ruiz going out to talk to the young lefty to ask him a little bit about what he throws. Obviously, Ruiz this weekend getting thrust right into the fire. First time working with a lot of these pitchers. Lund will have to face Luis Bernardo, Josh Niles, and Dennis DeBenning. Here's the pitch. Belted into center field. Miller charging hard. He's got it. Miles Miller, an on-the-run catch, leaping into the air on a hard-hit ball off the bat of Luis Bernardo. There's one gone here in the top of the 8th inning. Josh Niles steps into the batter's box. 1 for 3 today, top of the 8th inning. 1 out. He's got home run power. Cardinals would love to see a ball fly out of here to regain the lead that they just lost in the bottom of the 7th inning. London to the windup. Here's the pitch. Off the plate outside. 1-0. London to the windup. Here's the 1-0. Inside, 2-0. London guy who has surely faced Niles before. Around the same age, the two are. Both from the London area. That one misses. 3-0 now to Josh Niles. Here's the pitch to Niles. That one will miss as well. It's ball 4. Four-pitch walk there from Jared Lund to Josh Niles, so he reaches first, and Dennis DeBenning will step into the batter's box for Hamilton with a runner on and one away. Coming set is Lund on the mound. Taking the lead is Niles. Not really a threat to run. Breaking ball, that one gets away from Jared Lund. He's missed with the last 5 pitches. No action in the Majors bullpen. Majors manager Roop Chanadak going to let him try to figure it out. Cam O'Reilly was loosening earlier. Then Lund got hot. He sets out there on the rubber now. 1-0. Pitch on its way. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. It's 1-2. Lund finds the outside corner to DeBenning. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Pitch from Jared Lund on the way. On the ground to third. This could be 2. Played there by Graham. Battelle for 1. On to first. Call it 2. It's a double play. Jared Lund rolls a 2-ball, 5, 4, 3, and he wiggles out of this jam. A great play by the Majors on all ends of the baseball. Graham had to wait for a big hop, got it quickly over to second base, where Dan Battelle, a good turn to get the Majors out of this inning. They are playing with confidence right now, these Majors. 4-4 tie. Heading into the bottom of the 8th inning, we'll see if Strecker stays out there, if it's a new arm for the Cardinals. Corbin Peters is loosening in the bullpen. Still nobody on the rubber for Hamilton. Luis Bernardo waiting to find out who is going to take over as well. He's on the bench. Stefan Strecker out of the clubhouse. Looks like he's going to continue. Steve Cochran was wondering where he was. Let's recap what the last 15 or so minutes have been here at Labatt Park as you see some fans dancing around on the third base side, having a good old time here at Labatt Park. Bottom of the 7th inning. Majors down 4-0. Cleveland Brownlee starts off the inning against Rasil Bott with a ground out. Then Kane McGee takes a 4-pitch walk. That is the second walk that has been issued to Kane McGee in this ball game. He has been on base twice. McGee gets lifted for a pinch runner in Austin Wilkie. Doesn't really matter because Starling Joseph sent one into the stratosphere to drive him and Wilkie home. A double for Tommy Reyes Cruz on a hard ground ball down the first baseline that Josh Niles couldn't come up with. That allowed him to get into scoring position when Brett Graham then flew out for the second out. Keith Candel's spot due up in the order. Drew Lawrence came on as a pinch hitter, and for the second consecutive game, Drew Lawrence came up in the clutch. He singled on a ground ball to shortstop. The throw got away. That allowed the third Majors run to score. Rasil Bott taken out of the game at that point. Stefan Strecker comes in to face Miles Miller. Miles Miller makes an impact and lines a game-tying single into right field to even things up at 4-4. A Chris Ruiz ground out ended that inning. And then Jared Lund in the top of the 8th got a quick out and a line out from Bernardo. Then he walked Josh Niles on 4 pitches before rolling a beautiful double play from Graham to Battelle to Verhoeven at first to end off the top of the 8th. Great spot in the Majors order to be in. Byron Reichstein, Cleveland Brownlee, Brad Verhoeven due up for London as the throwdown is completed, and Reichstein will stroll into the batter's box. Reichstein on the day 0 for 3, looking to make an impact here. A strikeout looking and 2 flyouts in the ball game for Byron. 1 to center, 1 to left. Strecker into the windup. Pitch to Reichstein, misses for ball 1. Strecker and Reichstein, 2 guys that have been around the league a while. Strecker more so than Reichstein, but they're familiar with each other. Here's the pitch. Low again, 2-0. Shaded up the middle just a little bit is Brian Rivera, the shortstop. Every game between these two teams has been close. Pitch, Reichstein, left center field. Chasing after it is Schulafand. He is not going to get there. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Reichstein around first. He will get into second, standing up. It's a leadoff double for Byron Reichstein, and the Majors are in business with a runner in scoring position. A hard line drive into the left center field gap off the bat of Byron Reichstein puts him in scoring position. And now Dean Castelli heads out of the Hamilton dugout to go see Stefan Strecker and take the ball from him. So that'll be all for Stefan Strecker in this ball game. Faces 3 batters, allows a single to Miles Miller, gets an out to end the bottom of the 7th, and then allows Byron Reichstein to reach on a double. New arm for the Cardinals. We'll have who that is, and we'll have all the action when we come back.
I want to ride this pony, but I suffer from low E.
Millions of people are suffering from low energy, commonly known as low E.
Low E has hurt my performance in the bedroom. I haven't been able to make the bed in years.
Now there's hope. Planet Fitness replaces low E with Big E, which keeps you energized and glowing all day. Simply join through the free PF app for only $15 a month.
Planet Fitness is a proud partner of your London Majors.
You're watching.
Here's the pitch. Joseph drills it to right center field. That ball's going back to the warning track, to the wall. Goodbye, baseball. Starling Joseph, a 2-run home run.
London Majors Baseball on MajorsTV.
Back here at Labatt Park, pitching change for the Cardinals. Stefan Strecker exits. Corbin Peters enters, sending it down to our 519 jersey auction mobile camera. Round of applause there for Cleveland Brownlee as he walks into the batter's box for London. Go-ahead run at second base here in the bottom of the 8th inning. This is a huge spot. Cleveland Brownlee's been in plenty of these spots before. So many that he's got 500 IBL RBIs. Looking for 501 in a huge spot. Infield is shifted. Well to the left side. Big opening on the right. Brownlee swings through the first pitch from Peters. It's 0-1. That was a fastball. Keeping with the pattern that we've seen from the Cardinals, it will likely be a changeup or some sort of off-speed here from Peters on 0-1. That's how they've attacked Brownlee all game long. He pieced the ball and sent it into right center field earlier in the ball game. Peters working quickly. Brownlee not quite ready for it, so he'll step out. Looks like he's got something in his ear maybe. Now he's all set. Peters readies on the mound. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, Brownlee chops it foul. As expected, it was off speed there from the Cardinals. 0-2 is the count to Cleveland Brownlee. Brad Verhoeven waits on deck. We'll see if Verhoeven hits for himself or if somebody comes in for him. A lot will depend on what happens in this Brownlee at-bat. Breaking ball, Brownlee up the middle. Reichstein got a good jump. He's going to go to third. Here's the throw from Osika, and it's there in time to get him. Tristan Osika, positioned perfectly, executes a good throw to third base to retire Byron Reichstein on the fielder's choice. Cleveland Brownlee will reach and will be lifted immediately for a pinch runner. Appears to be Charles Bowman, just from So Charles Bowman into the ball game to take over for Cleveland Brownlee on the base paths. Bowman provides a little bit more speed as Cleveland exits. With one away, Brad Verhoeven at the plate. Verhoeven in a big spot. On deck, Starling Joseph. In a perfect world, the run scores from first base, but Majors would love to see Verhoeven get aboard here. Prolong this inning for Starling Joseph. Priority number one is to stay away from the double play. Verhoeven flares that, shallow right field. Gonna be a tough play, and it drops in. Bowman reaches second. Verhoeven at first. A bloop single. Puts runners at first and second as Starling Joseph saunters into the batter's box. If you'll recall, in his last trip to the plate, Starling Joseph hit a moonshot. We'll see what he can do here. Runners at first and second against Corbin Peters. One away, bottom of the eighth inning. Go-ahead run stands at second. An insurance run is at first. Keith Candell trying to tell the base runners the outfield is back. Corbin Peters comes set out there on the mound. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, Joseph, patient, lays off. I like the pitch call there from Bernardo and Peters. You know Starling wants to make something happen in this spot. Spin him a breaking ball. Joseph, even better job laying off. Corbin Peters looking in for the sign from his catcher, Luis Bernardo. Joseph ready at the plate. Sneaking in is Osika. No throw. And Joseph chases that one. It gets away from Bernardo. Throw will go to second. Swim move from Verhoeven. But to no avail, they've got him. So Bowman advances to second on the wild pitch. And Verhoeven is caught stealing. Tried to get around the tag. Could not do so. A great throw from Luis Bernardo, who has been showing off his arm all game long. Well, the situation changes. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Starling Joseph at the plate with the go-ahead run on third base in the form of Charles Bowman. Peters ready on the mound. Joseph ready in the box. Here's the pitch. Joseph swings through that one. A big hack from Starling and a big fastball. And it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the frame. Tommy Reyes Cruz on deck. Peters ready. Pitch coming. Joseph lays off a breaking ball, similar to the one that he swung at earlier in the at-bat. Bernardo and Peters go back there. No chase this time from Starling. 2-2, 2 out. Bowman at third. Joseph in the box. Peters out there on the mound. 4-4 game between the Majors and the Cardinals. Peters sets. 2-2 home. Joseph takes low. 3-2. Public address announcer Eric Collins firing up the crowd. Starling Joseph ready in the batter's box. Corbin Peters ready on the mound. Big pitch coming up. Full count. 2 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pitch from Peters. Off the plate outside, ball 4. Peters thought he had strike 3. Either way, with that pitch, somebody was going to be unhappy. It was either going to be the Cardinals and Corbin Peters or the Majors and Starling Joseph. And it happens to be the Cardinals and Corbin Peters. So, Tommy Reyes-Cruz into the batter's box. Reyes-Cruz doubled in his last trip. A single here cashes the go-ahead run. He'll be looking to accomplish just that. Ready on the mound, Peters. Pitch on its way to Reyes-Cruz, off the plate outside, ball 1. No action in the Majors bullpen. It'll be Jared Lund's 9th inning. There is throwing in the Cardinals bullpen. Appears to be Gabe Braun getting loose. 1-0. Reyes-Cruz, right field, moving after it, Duncan. He's not going to get there. It drops in. That scores Bowman. Joseph to third. The Majors have taken the lead. It's 5-4 London in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Majors have come back from down 4. Tommy Reyes-Cruz, a go-ahead single into right field. And London leads by a run. That'll bring up Brett Graham to the plate for the Majors. Here's the pitch to Graham. In there for a strike. Reyes-Cruz at first. Joseph at third, 2 away. Peters ready on the mound. Here's the 0-1. Graham flares that one. Right field, long run for Duncan. He'll give chase. Doesn't matter how long the run is. That one's a foul ball. And it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Crowd all the way into it. Majors lead by a run. It's 5-4. Corbin Peters looks in for the sign. Ahead of Brett Graham, 0-2. And stepping off the rubber as time was called is Peters. Racing back to the dugout is one of the Majors' ball boys. Ready on the mound, Peters. Here's the 0-2 home. Graham slices that one, foul again. Majors photographer Morgan Rubrick in some danger down there. Nearly got hit by that foul ball, but she didn't even flinch. Now, Matt Hiscox, who was to my left tonight, would have bolted out of the way. Brett Graham trying to make something happen here for the Majors. Bottom of the 8th inning, 0-2, 2 out. Runners on the corners. Peters ready. Offering on its way, swing and a miss, strike 3, gets through the legs of Bernardo. Graham going to try to beat it out, throw to first, is in time to get him. So Brett Graham strikes out swinging to end the bottom of the 8th inning, but not before Tommy Reyes-Cruz delivers a go-ahead single. The Majors lead 5-4 as we head to the 9th.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of MajorsTV.
You're watching London Majors Baseball. London Majors Baseball.
London Majors Baseball on MajorsTV.
Back here at Labatt Park as Country Roads take these fans home. Jared Lund trying to secure the victory. He'll have to face the bottom of the Cardinals order. 7, 8, 9. Lane Renault, followed by Brian Rivera and Tristan Osika. That one called a strike by Steve Cochran. 0-1. Braden Farrington standing in the bullpen in case his services are needed. On the outside corner, strike 2. As we wind down here at Labatt Park, the bridge getting closed off on Riverside Drive for the fireworks later on. That one misses. It's 1-2. That's how you know we're drawing ever nearer to 10 p.m. when the fireworks are scheduled to go off. 1-2 on its way. Breaking ball waved at and missed by Lane Renault. One gone. One away here in the top of the 9th inning. And that'll bring up Brian Rivera. Lane Renault had some words for Steve Cochran as he went to the bench. Steve Cochran walked towards him, but no ejection. Here's the pitch. Lined into right field. That's going to get down. It's a base hit. So it's a one-out single for Brian Rivera, his first hit of the ball game, and the Cardinals are in business. Tristan Osika steps into the batter's box. Osika delivered a 2-run single to extend the Cardinals' lead to 3-0. Now they trail 5-4. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, ball 1. Keith Candell out there on the warning track trying to help out his team, always very involved as a defender. And now that he's out of the ball game, lifted for pinch hitter Drew Lawrence, he's giving some coaching. 1-0 the count. Runner over at first base is Brian Rivera. Lund will make a move over. They've got him picked off. Verhoeven to throw to second base. He's in a rundown. Charging hard, Reyes Cruz. Back to Verhoeven. Verhoeven to throw to second base, Patel. Patel fakes a throw. Tag from Ruiz. Not in time. He got back safely. Somehow, some way, Rivera is back safely. Here's what went wrong in that rundown. Brad Verhoeven, on 2 occasions, did not run far enough towards second base to get Rivera. He executed perfect throws each time, Had he run a little further with the base runner, they might get that out. However, Rivera was able to stay close to the bag because the rundown was not executed perfectly. Too many throws there. You want to get that down to 1 or 2 throws, get the out. Majors unable to do that. Credit to Rivera getting back there. 1-0 count to Tristan Osika. Off the plate outside. It's 2-0. Lund nearly had a big confidence boost picking off Rivera. Instead, he's behind in the count, 2-0 to Osika, with Rivera still standing safely at first base. Lund holds, peeks, pitches, misses, 3-0. Majors lead by a run. It's 5-4. 3-0 is the count. Standing over at first base is Rivera. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, he's got it. It's 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike, 1 away. Pitch from Lund on its way home. Misses the inside corner. Lund thought he had it. Instead, it's ball 4 to Osika. And now the tying run is in scoring position. The go-ahead run is at first base. Back to the top of the order for the Cardinals. It's Jordan Schulafand stepping into the batter's box. Majors lead by a run. Farrington loosening in the bullpen. Here's the pitch, line straight back at the screen. Lund is ahead 0-1. We're glad you're with us in this key moment of the ball game. First and second, 1 away. Tying run over at second base, go-ahead run at first. Jared Lund has rolled a clutch 2-ball already in the ball game. Can he do it again here? Pitch on its way, fouled off, 0-2. He's ahead of Schulafand. He'd love a double play here. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Lund gets set. Peeks back at second base. Here's the 0-2 home. Waved out and missed, strike 3. A breaking ball from Jared Lund, and Jordan Schulafand goes down swinging. Two out, first and second. Clayton Keys in the batter's box. Keys, 1 for 4. That one, a home run in his last trip to the plate off of Edison Gonzalez back in the 7th inning. He played in the 4th run for the Cardinals. He's got the tying run at second base. A base hit could score Rivera. Go-ahead run over at first. Lund peeks back at second. Pitch on its way, off the plate outside. Ball 1. Jared Lund trying to close this one out and secure the win for his team. Lund sets. Peeks back at second base. Offering on its way. That's there for a strike. It's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Rivera at second, Osika at first. Lund ready. Peeks back at second base a few times and comes home. Line straight back at the screen. Lund is ahead 1-2. Chris Ruiz goes out to direct his infield and outfield. Fans getting into it. Cleveland trying to get the fans pumped up. Crowd on its feet. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Jared Lund on the mound, comes set. Rivera at second, Osika at first. The pitch is in the dirt and blocked by Ruiz. No chase there from Clayton Keys. It's 2-2. Majors are hoping for celebration. Cardinals hoping to tie this game up and push it to a bottom of the ninth. Tying run stands at second. Go ahead run at first. Lund ready on the mound. Peeks back. Here's the pitch. Inside. Gets away from Ruiz to the backstop. That'll allow both runners to move up. Both runners in scoring position now. Danger time at Labatt Park. That one went behind Keys. Rivera stands at third. He's the tying run. Over at second is Tristan Osika representing the go-ahead run. At the plate, Clayton Keys trying to come up clutch for the Cardinals. And at the very least, even this ball game up. Pitch from Lund on its way. On the ground to third base. Scooped up there. Here's the throw from Graham to first. It's in time to get him. The Majors secure the comeback. And they're victorious for the second game in a row. It's 5-4 London, the final at Labatt Park here tonight. All three games between these two teams have been settled by one run. A 4-3 Cardinals win, an 8-7 Cardinals win, now a 5-4 Majors victory. That's two straight in the win column for the London Majors. After beating the first place Welland Jackfish yesterday, they take down the third place Hamilton Cardinals here tonight at Labatt Park. And it's celebration time in downtown London, not only for the Majors victory, but for Canada Day, with fireworks set to go shortly. Stay with us. We've got an interview coming up post-game, we hope, with Jaci Solomon and a Majors player. We're not quite there yet. Stick with us. We will have that shortly. The Majors in the handshake line, satisfying 2 wins. They will win the weekend. They'll at least get 2 out of 3. They're back in action tomorrow against Toronto. They are victorious by a score of 5-4 here tonight at Labatt Park. A huge win for London, trying to climb back in the standings here. With that victory, the Majors get bumped up to 6-11 on the year. Just shy of the Guelph Royals, who also won today. Majors come out on top, 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Cardinals nearly an identical line. 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error in this contest, but London comes out on top, thanks in large part to the contributions of the offense. Starling Joseph with a big home run. A 2-run shot earlier in the ball game, and a clutch base hit for Tommy Reyes Cruz to give the Majors the lead and eventually the victory later on in this ball game. We will send it down to field level now. Jaci Solomon is with Tommy Reyes Cruz.
Please do not drink and drive. Please utilize.
Welcome back. I'm Jaci Solomon, and I'm joined here with Tommy Reyes Cruz. Now, Tommy, you stepped up to the plate at a pretty crucial moment in this game, at a tie game with second and third bases loaded. What was going through your mind?
To be honest, I was just trying to put the ball in play, see what's happened. It did good for me, and we got the win.
This is your second back-to-back win at home. You won last night against Welland and now against Hamilton this afternoon. What does that mean for you and your team moving forward?
This means a lot for us. We have a good team, good players. It's just we were not clicking. Now it's clicking, and now we can see that we can start winning a lot of games.
Thank you so much, Tommy. Back to you, Dylan, in the Game Day London press box.
Jaci, Tommy, thank you very much. The Majors come out with a big 5-4 win here on Canada Day. It looked dicey at certain points here in downtown London at Labatt Park, but the Majors are able to come out on top, victorious in this one for the second consecutive night. The Majors got on the board with Starling Joseph hitting one out of the ballpark to deep center field. That reinvigorated this crowd. Lots of energy from them after Starling Joseph's home run. Then some defensive miscues for the Cardinals allowed the Majors to tie things back up. It was a huge seventh inning here at Labatt Park, which made it a 4-4 game. And then in the eighth, Tommy Reyes Cruz delivered the decisive blow, a single into right field to win the contest for the Majors, putting them at 6-11 now on the season after that big win over the Hamilton Cardinals. The Majors are back in action tomorrow at Dominico Field at Christie Pitts to take on the Maple Leafs, and they are back here at home next Friday night against the Kitchener Panthers. We'll have that game for you right here on Majors TV from the Game Day London broadcast booth in downtown London at Labatt Park. For producer-director Matt Hiscox and Jaci Solomon at field level, as well as our entire Majors TV crew, my name is Dylan Baker. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Have a happy Canada